Hello everybody! It is time for Dawn of War 2 Retribution. And we're going to be continuing the Eldar campaign today on this fine Warhammer Wednesday. It's going to be real sad when I run out of like Warhammer games to play and I have to like pretend I've branded it as something else. But we'll get there. Last time everything was fine, everything was great, and then suddenly everything wasn't. So I'd like to sort of just like demonstrate for everybody something. So you can all see, like, when we finished the stream last time, it was like, we came back to this screen after a crash, and I was like, oh, well there's the Orc test game I did, but where's the Eldar game? Wow, that's really weird, you know, like the earliest game was like 2011, right? Well, after I played a bit of like setting things up, I looked over here, 2011, you can see it's sort of, you know, none of these, like, dates line up. And then I got back here, 2011, 2013, and then for some reason, the two, like, other ones, like, are down here at the very end. For some reason. My dumb animal monkey brain just assumed that this game would have, like, an ordering system to its campaigns that might put the last one you did first. But apparently it just, see, because Steel Rain Bold Mode was the name of the co-op game I did with Cool Guys, so that's that one. But yeah, it's like, what even is this? What is this? Like, why is it back here? Like, what's going on? Who at Relic designed this? Did they, like, there are 7 factions in this game, so this, and only like 5 on the screen at one time. Did they just never think that this might maybe just like be a thing that happened? Yeah, cool guy is aging in real time as he's realized how long it's been since we did the Dawn of War 2 Retribution Let's Play. So I have us back up to where we were before anyway, because I didn't realize that the game had done that to me. And so I got us back to where we were. Not too much has changed. We did actually get a striking scorpion shrine rune, a spec stone, which would enable Kalith to stealth if she wanted to. I can't think of anything more useless to Kalith. She's back up to the level where she has Skyleap, and we're gonna beeline for volley so that she just wipes out half the map where she goes. Ronan, just, you know, he's the same sort of setup as before as well. He's got grenades he'll never use because he kills things from about 1,000 kilometers away. I haven't used Infiltrate in like 100 years, and he's got a long rifle. Veldrin's probably the most different. He's got nothing, except I got a singing spear at some point, so I just gave him the spear. And his, and because his stuff is actually kind of decent at range now, I sit him in range, and just like, he knocks stuff over. That's kind of nice. And then there's Elenwe, who is Elenwe. She apparently did a prophecy and then she like switched off for the rest of the day and she doesn't really care anymore. Well, she's already untargetable when Kayla's already untargetable when she dives into the sky, so you know, it's like technically that's stealth. It's just you can tell where she's going by the everything exploding. So we're gonna head to the quest where everything broke last time.
Wanting a report. That's the 4th time this week. We keep giving them dead air, and it won't be long before they decide to stop by. They gotta be wondering who's accepting their munition drops, after all. They can fox every minute until doomsday if they please. We will not respond. You have heard the whispers. You'll know Ulk, the will, the voice. We are his now. He is here. Well, they have forsaken us. If anybody wants these munitions, wants this meat, they must take it from us. Closer, for all care.
While these primitives war amongst themselves, we have the option to strike and procure resources.
I actually did some Imperial Guard versions of these missions just to see where the difference is, and yeah, I was right. The previous mission when we were at the on Calderis, you do have like sort of to kill the enemy forces before they destroy the buildings. And in this particular mission, you have allies like Imperial Guard, which is it'd be the same for the space Marines as well. I just couldn't remember. It has been so long since I played this game, as you could all see. 2013 was like the earliest, not 2011, like I thought. Oh dear. If it wasn't for the mask on the other face, I would be fairly certain that was one guy talking to himself. Yeah, yeah. The devil dog driver. He's certainly a fellow.
Intruders at checkpoint.
I quite enjoy his madness.
All forces to arms! Gun them down! Bring their flesh to the keep! Old Care shall feast this eve!
I do kind of like that the old care problem was never resolved. Alright, so... I feel like... Although I turned it down, I feel like the game keeps cranking the action sounds up, so I'm just gonna, like, turn it way down. Because... So like, you know, we can hear me talk, because this game just goes loud so often. Alright, and once again, let's demonstrate what makes Sweet Kaelith so great. She's just, I love her so much. She's the most horrendously awful Eldar. But she gets the job done. She gets results.
I contended with their behemoth and won.
And Vel'Daran's doing the cooking.
I have silenced the din of their guns.
Oh my god, even now the music feels like it's doing it.
The hour has come.
God, it doesn't feel like everything was this loud when we were playing the other day. I almost feel like everything just kind of got a bit broken by everything. So let's just yeah, that feels way better. You guys let me know if it is a little too like soft or whatever for you, but it just it's driving me deaf.
We shall destroy it.
High intensity wall bashing action. It could have been. The sound crash might have balked everything. We'll definitely know. When the game's going to crash. I have had the sound crash problem occur multiple times, like just playing off stream.
Yes, little ones, crawl and buzz with delight.
I am under attack.
Bless Ulker though in his sass. And of course, we can still do this with Ronan and just like instantly kill everything repeatedly.
Still wearing. They seem my cover is weak. This is a hostile area.
Did I not equip the fire dragon thing on her? It feels like she's not hitting those things as hard as she could be.
Relish our victory.
Oh. Yes. What are you doing?
Now is the time.
What are you doing, Caleb?
A foe precedes me into oblivion.
That was very unusual, but that was also like peak rare pathfinding, so it's all good.
The resource point is now ours.
And yeah, Loon, we played Retribution for the Let's Play, but we did it as the Space Marines. And as I said it in the last stream, we got a lot of requests for. I'm just gonna turn the game down a little bit more. It just every time it feels like I'm talking, I feel like I'm getting oppressed a little bit. Sorry, everyone. But it's like I've just felt like
On my way there now.
it was time to go back. People often asked us if we would do other campaigns, and not as a Let's Play, I always sort of said, because we kind of covered everything and everything else is exactly the same, but a stream seems fine. A stream seems fun.
Now is the time.
Alright, so the game helpfully spoils what's sitting over here. We all saw it last time. The Manticore rocket launcher being a fun little artillery piece of the Imperium.
How is it you've allowed the invaders to remain breathing? Walking the earth with begging to be slaughtered!
You might want to.
Vengeance and justice, crush them beneath your rockets!
I'm not going to move you, but you might want to move.
On me. Another victory.
There we go.
Have a command.
Well, the other factions can't just like sort of solve all their problems so violently, but the Eldar can absolutely just get away with it.
I will eliminate it.
Body is forfeit.
And if you were Space Marines or Imperial Guard at this point, everyone would be like, you know, Imperial Guard factions fighting each other, and you'd be helping out. Zap. Playing as the Imperial Guard is fun too, because you can just get the Imperial Commander the ability to spawn Lehman Russ tanks and you never have to actually like engage in troop building ever again. Yeah, well, I have the Haywire Grenade, which does good damage, and I'm almost certain Kaelith has the Fire Dragon aspect on her, because she doesn't have the shout. So she should do more damage to vehicles. I just probably should, like, maneuver her behind stuff, since she has the ability to just, like, hop over terrain without even giving a hoot. It's like, you see, you watch it here, and she just goes, yep. Terrain is the thing I ignore. Well, they certainly got enthusiastic about it, didn't they? Hey, Ronan. Okay, well, that was not what I meant to do, but it actually ended up being the correct thing to do, which is nice.
I must blaze a trail.
Actually, you can just do that.
Now is the do not quit this body yet.
Yeah, when you're playing as the Imperial Guard, you can basically just have Sergeant Merrick and give him a las cannon thing, and if you've got the instant tear down and put up stuff on him, he just bops it. It's great.
For war, as in all things, I agree. A fine position.
Let's just get everybody's health back up because there's a bit more of a fight here. Can I build some Wraith Guard now? Because that's what I did last time. We had fun with Wraith Guard. Yeah, we got Wraith Guard. Build them up. Because this was the unit that we acquired last time through like getting a thing that allowed us to acquire it, and we didn't get to use it because the game crashed. And I had thought, I still don't understand that. It's so bizarre that that's a thing. Let's just attack move everyone here, and then I can have Kaelith just do all the fun stuff. There you go, Kaelith. Off you go. See ya.
We are listening.
Commander, we are taking damage.
Let's see how the Wraith Guard clear this thing out. Yeah. At a certain point, you don't have to worry about clearing out objectives. You can just, you can just blow the bunker up. And yes, there's a Manticore over there.
Triumph.
See how fast they chew through the okay, never mind. Interesting to note, they all count. It seemed like they all counted as rear armor hits, even though it was firing from the front. But that's what the Chimera chassis gets you, I guess. Really, just like really deft tonight. I don't know. There was something we use.
Yes, as planned.
You shall not find me unprepared.
A crucial step towards victory.
Also unlocked the Singularity, which I should use at some point. I've got enough points to get it now, so we'll definitely use it, just to show it off. The second army ability.
It stands in Eldar hands.
I am ready.
We are ready to unleash the Eldritch storm on our foes.
That was it. Not really that exciting. Wow, we need a tiny bit more power. Then we can race with our Wraithings.
Now is the
I have
time.
unburdened
Yeah,
us of their
I left some up
infantry.
there. Hopefully that'll get some more Wraith Lords.
This is not safe. I shall endure.
The enemy is firing!
Triumph.
Just like Kayla just like crawls into that hole. It's just like, I'm going to kill you. I love how the Plague Marines explode too. It's just wonderful wet pustule blarf. The Wraith Guard are kind of fantastic too.
I see my opportunity.
So, keep forgetting.
It is not long for this fight.
Ronan is on 2.
Report this to your feeble gods.
Alright, there we go. Now we can build it. Get a Wraith Guard in.
You have a command. On the move. Ready for battle.
Oh.
Eldar know.
So it sounded weird when you're not focusing on him. Oh, did I build another? Oops. I mean, not that I mind. I just was going to build a Wraith Lord. I guess I am dumb, but that's okay.
Wisdom is the winner. On the move. Ready for battle.
Yeah, dragging everyone into like in Dawn of War 2, dragging everyone into the same place as it's like that's actually a really good tactic.
This land shall feel my angry touch. Am I not magnanimous?
You can find on YouTube videos of the recordings done for this game, particularly for Ulkar's lines. They're pretty great. Well, I suppose she doesn't need to worry about that now. Cook 'em! You guys catching up yet? Yep, still coming. The rally point is by default set to your commander. And if we wanted to avoid all that, if we like actually wanted to just hurriedly finish the mission for some reason, not do like the side mission that gets you war gear and other stuff, we could have just blown this up and like gone around.
The sundering of objects is mystery.
Moving. Still wearing.
Let's go. Kayla's little legs just going. I must run to the next location.
I have marked it for destruction.
Alright, so this bit, I like this bit. I like that this is a thing that can happen. And that you can just sort of like be like, I got a hard counter to you.
I make my strike.
You want to leave the base, you don't get to leave the base. No one gets to leave the base, you don't get to ride in a Chimera. No one gets to ride in the Chimera. Chimera riding his band. You aren't allowed in.
I take it.
No one gets to ride the Chimera.
I have unburdened us of their infantry.
And there we go.
Wisdom. It shall be ours.
We have taken away their metal boxes, indeed.
Capture the target. Understood.
Like, destroy these.
On the move. Ready for battle. On my
We definitely
way
can't
there
ride in
now.
them, which is, like, upsetting. But there's a Manticore up here, let's go beat up the Manticore. Yeah, you can sort of see it's like the different factions. It's the white faction versus the standard faction. Blade of the Council? Yeah, sure, why not?
Moving.
Pop those boys with a little bit of psychic energy. Yeah, there is a certain point during the campaign where like you don't have to think as hard about your tactical options because you get the unit every faction gets that just unga bungas everything.
The point is ours. Shall I remain on guard?
The Wraith Guard are definitely the unga bunga
As in
for
all,
this
on the
campaign.
move. Ready for battle.
They'll get there. They don't get there very quickly, but when they get there, boy howdy, it gets exciting. Suppose if you upgrade them so there's like, do I have a? If I have a guardsman unit with a warlock in it, that might actually help.
We are assembled.
Yeah, see, they pick up the pace a little now. So that might be the play.
Wisdom. I agree. A fine position.
Everybody swarm the box at once, please. Okay, I guess I click next to it. That's a thing that can happen sometimes.
I see it. On my way.
Yes, we could go there, but if you go down here, there's another optional fight. Hooray!
I shall.
Damnation. Hostiles closing on the munitions cache. They must not take it.
The shots came from that direction.
Yeah, like if you get here normally, there's like a guy here and he's like, oh, thank God you're here, Commander. You know, we've been holding out, everyone's going crazy with the voices and stuff, but we've been holding out so they can't get the ammunition. We secured the dump for you. Get holla holla get dollar. And they're like, oh, you betrayer! I'm extremely mad about everything. We'll kill you! And then they die in waves, which is what's gonna happen here. they're going to die in waves.
Now is the time.
In fact, they're doing it now.
I have unburdened us of their infantry.
This treasure in your body is forfeit.
I have come under fire. I have unburdened us of their infantry.
That's the perk of being the Eldar. Your dead are much better at killing than you are. You've got real angry ghost power. Yeah, the guard could probably take it over, but they aren't allied with me, so those it don't matter.
Target destroyed.
And now they come from this direction.
Moving. Still wearing.
I'm sure the squad stays up. Because if the warlock gets killed, the whole unit gets spit. The Wraith Guard get a bit lamer. And
Moving. Still wearing. Ferocious foes, bees.
and for a second there, it sounded like she said "ferocious foes, bees," which is true. If you've ever seen a Vespid Stingwing, they are incredibly ferocious.
Let all your kind hear your scream.
Triumph.
And there we go. For that, we get another long las. And, yeah, script of the Black Library, which I'm remembering from when I was buggering around a little bit earlier. That's going to just be a EXP boost for whoever I use it on. There ain't, you know, aside from the Vespid and sort of like that weird, like, fly-like Nurgle flying thing, there aren't really too many, like, what you would call, like, bees, like, tangential sort of elements. So we saw the Tzeentch shrines and we saw the Khorne shrines. This is a Nurgle shrine in action, or rather a circle of Nurgle worshippers are just here, boosting everybody's like health regen, I believe.
Wisdom is on the move.
Let's kill him.
The shots came from that
Yes, that's good. Run into the thing. I can't imagine anything could possibly happen to you in the safety of that bunker. I just need to pop these circle people.
the enemy is firing.
You know, like Necromunda had the ambles, you know. Imagine if they had the AMBs. Yeah, the fellow who did the voice acting for Olcair, gets insanely grubbly. He like transforms into a great unclean one, like as he talks. It's great. It's like one of my favorite. It's like you can see it like on YouTube, probably on Relic's channel, just like looking up the voice acting for Olcair, and it's so great. He's having a ball. It's like the perfect Nurgle performance, really. Yeah, my units are actually hitting rear armor on things when they're not even like standing like behind them for the most part. It's just how hard Wraith Guard hit, I guess, or rather how hard Ghost Power hits.
They have drawn a battle.
There's a lot of manticores on this battlefield, but I think this might be the last one.
Their salvos like a thunderstorm.
The Imperium is here.
Yeah, you're fine walking off. Yep, there we go. Commendation of Iyanden. That'll get us some more war gear for whoever I use it on.
Still wearing. This is a hostile area.
I don't know why Iyanden is giving us a commendation. They're just like, oh man, we really hate missiles. Yeah, no Taldir. Taldir at this point is still hanging from Kyras' neck because he's like, yeah, I'll take that. And everyone was like, yeah, okay, you can have the alien trophy. We're the Blood Ravens. We do things like that a lot. But, boy, that was a mistake. That was definitely a mistake. There we go. Now you lead.
Ours. All too easy.
We are replenishing the squadron's numbers.
Let's get everybody back to full strength, because everyone kind of diminished a little there. Because I just walked them, I walked them through Manticore fire.
As in all things, we shall destroy it.
Can I make another Wraith Boy squad? Heck yeah, I can. But that'll be, it'll be one and that'll be done.
Yes! Come unbelievers! All care welcomes all!
After all the time he spent trying to make sure we couldn't get here, he's like, oh no, really? Like, I'm very happy you're here! It's like fucking Principal Skinner and Superintendent Chalmers.
Commander, we are taking damage.
The enemy is firing.
Walking up.
I unburden us of their infantry.
I am under attack.
Let's get the squad into position. Yeah, once they start shooting, that's it. Man, you remember this place, cool guy, when we fought O'Care and like the game bugged out and he got all his health back?
Our eyes are yours to see.
There he goes. Yeah, see, it's a devil dog, or whatever they call him. It's not a hellhound because it shoots chems instead. Only one unit actually cares about shooting. Oh no, there he goes.
No mercy, even for you.
More like especially for you.
Death comes for all! May my flesh fester and rot and give life anew for Nurgle. Ah.
I kind of like that, like, in terms of, oh, there's a demon trapped in the planet. Who cares? Like, still not out, and he's still there, and he's still a problem. Oh, we got the aspect stone of the swooping hawk shrine. Well, that's interesting because we're already kind of doing that. So it'd be interesting to see what that actually does. But we got a lot out of this one. We got quite a lot. In fact, we got a whole. No, we didn't get a whole second page. Never mind. yeah, I felt like we were getting not many drops before, so it's nice to see the game is being a little bit more frivolous with it. So naturally, we're gonna purchase the Fire Prism. We're gonna need that for Meridian. I'm always of two minds about Meridian. I love the cityscape maps of Meridian in the Dawn of War 2 games. But this particular mission coming up always reminds me that they've killed DeRosa off screen. It's like the worst thing. So it's a shuriken catapult we also got, and no one's going to use because no thank you. So what is this? What is this? Jump and Skyleap cost 50% less energy. Well, that's cool, but I haven't had an energy problem by and large because the Lenway buffs all that. So yeah, I didn't really mind. When equipping swords, gain bonus to in-combat charge, increase damage to infantry, equipping shuriken catapults does stuff, etc, etc. Equipping fusion guns, yeah, yep. I guess that counts as a sword. It's like a sword. And now we'll finally have Time Field, which will slow everybody in there down. And in the interests of trying to... Oh, okay, so that's another Wraith Lord upgrade, so that's good. And that is the experience which you're going to give to Caliph, because I want to get Caliph to volley sooner rather than later. So that's armor rating of 30. Does anybody else need better armor? Yeah, you need better armor. But that's actually worse armor, so never mind. You stand back now, so it's alright. I'm pretty sure I give good armor to Elenway whenever I can. Yeah, she's alright. There we go. And Blade of the Council. It's much of a muchness. I think the armor rating saves him more than anything. No, probably shouldn't be doing that for that piddly amount of stuff, but I think that'll suit you more. We can sell that. And there we go, Caliph gets another level. And let's compare our long... Ooh, okay, so this one's way better, but I can't equip it yet. But I'm close. So this target explodes. Oh yeah, so this is when Ronan starts getting fun. Once we equip that, that's when Ronan starts getting fun. So let's just see what we want to actually have him doing here. Oh my god, he can use repair to damage vehicles. I forgot that's a thing he can do. That's so funny. I might go down this path, the energy path, because like going down the combat path has already given us everything we will ever need with Ronan. So I'm just gonna go with energy, and that'll give him yes, like infiltrate. I don't ever use infiltrate. He's so far away from combat. There's like no need to use it ever. It's kind of funny. It's like this is like all this stuff on this tree. It's like infiltrate, but the extra accessory and being able to stun enemy infantry is what I'm looking for. So the little speed boost is probably nice too. And Kalith, she's going to do critical hits as well now, and hopefully we'll get her to volley, because volley is when the game gets silly for her. Ronan, I wanted to be a mechanic, but my aspect coach would be a waste. It would be a waste of my talents. Ronan's he's a Craftworld school dropout. He's like the thug that like when he's in the area and he comes back to visit like Ulthway High School, everyone was like, "Oh, Taldir's brother's back," and he's just like sort of, you know, picking her up from school and giving everybody else the stink eye. Even though they're like twins, he acts like the older brother. Because I assume everything the Eldar do is like an anime.
Human communication technology is not far removed from shouting.
Fuck that line.
Priority Vox Channel Secundus. Lord Ascendant, I lead the faithful assaulting Capital Spire. I am pleased to report that the Spire's defenders have fallen. They were unprepared for an attack from within. We shall hold the Spire and await your transmission bearing further instructions. Glory to the Ascendant. Glory to Khorne.
So then, Ronan, let us see how your mastery of subterfuge stands to solve this riddle with but one victory on Meridian.
Even now, Kyras' response is likely en route, but its encoding may not be as primitive and easily heard from afar. We strike here, at the source of the message. Slay them all. Then we wait, dutifully, for Kyras' response to arrive.
Deviously efficient, probable success, and immediate egress. Well plotted.
We are fortunate your years of running have gifted you with some wit.
Do remember your ancestry, Veldaran. The only Eldar that live to this day are the ones who ran.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. The inter-Eldar stuff in the Dawn of War series when they're like talking to one another is so good. Like the people who did all the writing for like Dawn of War 2 are like deserve like so many pats on the backs and hugs. The banter is so good. Even the Eldar, these people who have like lived impossibly long lives well beyond the fall of their own civilization, are desperately trying to hold on. And just in that single moment, we've got three different ways of like talking. Like Kalith is just like snippy. She's to the point. Ronan, Ronan and Volderon have this thing going between them, and but Veldaron's got, a bit more of a puffed up sense of pride, whereas Ronan's a lot more bitter. He's got a bit more of like the Avatar style bitterness to him, but at the same time, he's also not as he's not as bitter and like hateful as Avatus. He's just his own style of thing. He's very fiercely independent. Indeed, and Valderon not liking Ronan being an outcast is very on form with the Eldar in general, because you leave in the craft world to go do your own thing puts you in a ridiculous amount of danger, and by all accounts also puts your craft world in a huge amount of danger, because even one Eldar being gone can make all the difference. And that's like I said, the Dawn of War 3 stuff about Maka and Taldir and Ronan and Kaya, that was the most interesting stuff in Dawn of War 3. It was the inter-Eldar stuff. Like the question of, we are a dying race and we're forced to turn our blades on one another. And there's like just like Marco is just like, I am doing something horrible, and then there's this like grim specter of war in Jane's just over her shoulder going, no, it's good, keep killing. Like, I loved it, and if they'd made the whole game about them, I think a lot of people would forgive it, not being like a space marine bonanza again, because it was just generally good and interesting, and really something I would like to see explored more, and probably won't ever be explored more. But who knows? Age of Empires 4 is almost out. Maybe Relic could be allowed to have another try at a Dawn of War game.
Another victory.
Maybe they'll wisely stay away from it. I feel like we've got enough Dawn of War strategy, enough Warhammer 40,000 strategy games as it is. I wouldn't say no to just getting some more like weird stuff. Like, give me like a Souls-like game set in the track world. That'd be nice. Supposed to get that done. Burn that. That. This guy's back there aren't fighting.
Pull back that Lehman Russ and regroup. 4th and 17th. I want an assault line of Bane Wolves.
Oh, Bane Wolves,
pressing
not
this position.
Chem Dogs. Bane Wolves. I think Chem Dogs are actually a regiment. Yeah, they replaced Hellhounds with the Bane Wolves in this one. I keep forgetting that name. Oh, let's go straight to Chem Dogs. But the Chem Dogs are like a regiment.
War, as in all things. On the move.
Well, you guys got abandoned. And these guys still aren't really that interested in fighting.
Yes, I have come I have depleted their number.
That's right, I gotta switch you to range.
Fiends, they've broken our lines. 15th, open a box with air support and stand by. If they encroach the HQ, I want the sky to fall on them!
On the move, ready for battle.
Can I afford it? I can afford it. Fire Prism time! Fire Prism time! Anytime you get to whip out the Fire Prism is like a really good day. Because it does not perform differently at all from its Dawn of War incarnation. It still has the big fat crystal. It still has the big old charge up. It still explodes the shit out of everything. So
on the move, ready for battle.
Let's go.
Commander, we are taking damage.
And there's some enemies over there. I know there's enemies over there. So let's go say hi to them.
The enemy is firing.
Their numbers avail them nothing.
Who's firing at that?
Now is the time.
You doing that? And yes, there's a focus beam that can be used on infantry that's fairly effective too. Yeah, I was like, didn't I tell you to shoot that? It's just like pulling up, having to go on something else on the way. Grab a cup of coffee here. There we go. Heal up. You didn't do a very good job of cooking those guys. And Ronan's just like, yeah, whatever. Ronan, you should have been picking people out of there for a while now.
This is a hostile area.
Target is no more. The fire of the heavens is at your command.
Yes.
Now is the time. Moving. Still wearing.
Still early enough in the campaign that the Fire Prism would instantly explode at the first enemy. I've been very careful to lead with my regular forces before the Fire Prism turns up.
Their psycho grows impertinent. It should belong to us.
Oh, look at that range too. It's like, I saw you out of the corner of my eye, die. We're playing on. I'm playing on normal as well, so the death explosions shouldn't be so bad for me here. but they will be spicy nonetheless.
On the move, ready for
The prism
battle.
cannon is yours to command.
probably
We
good
must
we can
away! They loose fire upon us!
Eldar strike behind us!
This is not
The
safe.
shots came from that direction.
As I suspected.
Strike and breathe.
I am ready. I take aim.
Now is the time.
So I go. Yeah, leaving Russ up there.
This is a hostile area.
Yes, we do well to hold that.
Destroy it.
Yeah, I need some requisites. Oh no,
This is now under our
I got it now.
You have a command. Moving now.
Shall I? I shall. That'll make this next sequence a little easier. So, the Lehman Russ problem. So he said we
I see
don't
it.
want to
On
explode
my
my
way.
stuff, so...
I am under attack.
Just hop up there? Yeah.
Witness my example. Now I shall.
Commencing bombing run, sir. Valkyrie is hot and on approach.
Commander, we are taking damage.
Is it? No, it's not.
Where is there
She's
need
just
of
sort of
me?
popping it from there.
Crack open that tank.
You have a command.
Alright. Now we leave.
To the sky.
Bye.
This is not safe. I shall endure.
I think it's leaving.
On
I
this
think it's
day,
leaving to come back around, so...
to keep.
Say what is needed.
Now is the time. Chimera has us targeted. Moving. Still wearing.
Our foe proceeds to interrupt.
Yeah, here he comes.
Valkyrie is hot and on approach.
Yeah, so jumping forward like that, push the game mechanics on a little bit more, so we'll have to be careful.
We are under fire from their transport.
Oh yeah, there it is! There's my boy getting exploded. Let's pull back. Let's pull back. He probably also got clipped by other stuff as well. Let's all go down here.
Commander, we are taking damage.
Ronan can take care of these guys.
I have unburdened us of their infantry.
Yeah, hold on. Open that up.
Another acquisition.
I think the closest thing that actually can get us spawner from is back here. Other guys are still coming, aren't they? Oh no, they
I have no eye.
Oh, okay. I was expecting it to have the...
Valkyrie is hot and on approach.
They stopped bombing Beldra.
I will claim the key to victory.
Wisdom, I have come under fire.
Yeah, I would never be able to pull off like this sort of slack play, like on hard or very hard. I actually think I was thinking, man, when I restarted this, I probably should have gone on hard because this is just like. But at the same time, I'm like looking over to the chat and things like that, and so it's like a lot of like things in Dawn of War 3 was a lot of blink. I blinked and I died.
The prism cannon is yours to command.
Yeah, you hang out there for a bit and you get health back up.
Or war, as in all.
We'll go toast that Lehman
Ready
Russ
for
turret.
battle.
And then, didn't I? Where are you going?
A slight adjustment.
There we go.
Structure destroyed.
This is not safe. I shall endure.
Valkyrie is hot and on approach.
On hot
I have unburdened us of their infantry.
The shots came from that
Oh,
direction.
wrong button. I'm like, why'd you go straight up?
This is a hostile area. Now is the time.
So I could actually just bounce her over there. Probably? I wonder if I can.
On my way there now.
Yeah, I could. I could just go over there and like shenanigans the bunker out of existence right now.
Witness my example. Imperial Guard.
Hey guys.
Very well. Commander,
Excuse me while I cheat a little.
Our requisition pool is depleted.
Did we capture that other plane? Yeah, we did.
Valkyrie is hot and on approach.
I am under attack.
Are they bombing the... Okay, good. I was like, are they bombing the Falcon? Yeah, so that puts an end to that.
You have a command. We shall destroy it.
I'll just poke these. And then I'll jump back.
This is not safe. I shall endure.
So that was peak Eldar strats right there.
I have gained their attention.
So now we can, like, we're still gonna go around and kill all these people just in case they drop me anything nice, but it's like, hey, look. We aren't gonna get shot now from the sky. The Valkyries will not be killing us for fun.
I have come under fire.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this was your best play. Like, what are you doing? Like, what is this? What is this tactic? The directly run it thing that kills you most efficiently move? Like what are you? I mean, aside from an idiot, what are you?
I have unburdened us of their infantry.
That was a weird AI moment.
Putting up quite the fight.
Now is the time. Moving. Still wearing.
I have unburdened us of their infantry.
Commander, we are taking damage.
Yeah. Yeah. When Merrick gets the autocannon that shoots flares, when he's got the ability that like you can launch it, artilleries at like flares, and also like the flares that he fire launch artillery. It's just like, what game am I playing at this point? You know, you just sort of sit there and you go, what is this game become? What have I become? It's like the looking at the blood on your hands, except it's your hands carrying an autocannon and it's covered in flares. And you're just like, what have I become? Oh right, exceedingly great amounts of fun. It's like the mechanic is just like sitting there staring at it, just going, what the fuck? How did we? Who did this? How did this?
I must blaze a trail.
Far Cry 3 moment. Everyone gives Far Cry 3 shit for that moment, but this is like the first time you say it after he kills an animal, and like it's always intended as like a fucking joke. Like it's like he's killed an animal, what have I become? Sort of thing. Or am I like completely misremembering it? I feel like that was it, and then like all these people like got really upset about it. And then everyone made fun of the Borderlands writer for getting mad about it. And he got so mad about it, he still wrote about it in like a DLC like months later. The writing for Far Cry 3 won a BAFTA, and everyone instead said to him,
I am ready.
"Okay," because I swear he does it. Okay. Well, that's kind of funny then that it got nominated for like a BAFTA then, if that's what he did. I swear he did it. I swear he did it when he cuts his first animal open. You can't trick me into playing Far Cry 3 again. we've already pinned that down that road. We know why I stopped. I need you guys to chip that away. Oh boy. Oh, double boy. We need to like remove these elements from existence very quickly. Oh, that's right. Hold on a second. Can I do this? Well, the time sphere isn't working so efficiently, unfortunately. Don't do it. Okay, he technically did it at something else entirely, so that's alright. I lived. I should go blow that up. Man, like, that Lehman Russ is just kind of like shoving everyone. Okay, good. Kind of pinned and destroyed here. Should have been doing this.
I have unburdened us of their infantry. I am ready.
So that's more like it.
Victory!
This is a hostile area.
I have unburdened us of their infantry.
The expected human transmission is incoming, and we have intercepted it. Let us see if it is from whom we hoped.
Priority Vox Channel Secondus. This is the Ascendant, Azariah Kyras. Marvelously done, Sergeant. Your slaughter of your own brothers in arms shall bring much favor from Khorne. Without its center of administration, Meridian is as helpless as a babe set upon by wolves. Remain stationed there and repel any invaders. Your reward for your faith shall be forthcoming. Skulls to Khorne.
No. Help us, Lord. God.
The Imperial Guard campaign is fun because, like, the whole time Sergeant Merrick's like, "It's so bloody obviously Kyras, come on!" And they're like, "No, we're going to check some more." Oh! And Merrick's just, like, on the ground, like, firing, like, flares into the sky and bombarding himself. And the Imperial Guard Castor's just like, "Yes, rather, my mustache is fantastic." Oh, look at that, we got a chainsword. For the Laughing God's chainsword, in fact. They're like the next Far Cry game, like Far Cry 6 that's coming out, also has like a pack where you can play as like the 3, 4, and 5 villains in their own mindscapes, and I'm like, that's a degree of Ubisoft like just taking a big huff of their own farts that I just don't give a shit about.
Did you observe the response?
We have. It arose from Typhon.
A curious choice of headquarters. Very well, we go.
It is odd, you know. A mission occurred 10 years ago that, if successful, would have made this endeavor impossible.
Ulfway's attempt to destroy Meridian? I had advised against it. It was far too risky an endeavor.
Craftworld Ulfway itself was in danger. The risk was necessary for the sake of the living. They have ever lived in the shadow of death. Countless Necron tomb worlds lurk in the spaces between stars. They are known as Ulfway the Damned for more reasons than one. They have not the luxury of chasing prophecies for our dead.
Despite your petulant insistence otherwise, what we do here is noble. You evidently know nothing of our fate beyond death.
An Eldar dies. If she is fortunate, her thoughts and consciousness are gathered by the spirit stone she wears. If that stone is shattered, she is drawn into the warp. The great enemy Slumnesh claims her.
Pronan, be silent. Speaking that name is profanity.
She feels thorns pressed through her eyes, or a razor through her breast, or acid dripped into her ear. She has no body, but she feels it. Not for an instant, but every second, for centuries on end. Is that what I know nothing of, Caleth? Because that is what I see and what I hear every night when my eyes close. She screams and suffers because she trusted her prophecies and her kin did not. Her brother could not even.
Farseer Taldir was your sister.
She slowed the Blood Ravens as her war host fled. She fought for the living, now she suffers eternally.
I love that bit. I say that a lot throughout the entirety of all the dialogue that happens in that bit, but holy fuck. Like, that, like, if it hadn't already been spoiled by Dawn of War 3, that moment's just kind of one that makes you go, oh, fuck, okay, alright. Taldir's continued influence across the game, I love. So... And actually give her the chainsword now. Because the spear, all the spear did was like confuse people. So, ooh, look at that gentle humming. And grants experience. I'm kinda doing it. Okay. I'm just like feeding her all of the experience points because I just want to throw all the grenades. So yeah. So now she's done that, and hopefully, yeah, she'll drop additional grenades when she jumps, and hopefully she won't need to have the plasma grenades equipped for that. Now let's see what else we should get here. Well, he seems to be the one most sort of. I kind of like that for Elenway though. She dies so fast. I might just go give the gift of agents to him. What do we got? A Mace of the Librarian. Okay, so this is good. This is actually really good because this is more of a ranged weapon for the like. In spite of what he's doing. What? Okay, I guess the game still treats it like a spear, I guess. Like, he's very quite clearly just waving around like a complete idiot. What do we give you, exactly? Because he's got a decent spread of stuff, but I think down here, being able to boost his... his damage when he uses an ability, since we do seem to do that a fair amount. It's probably a good one. And now we've got Elenway here. I think I'm gonna go down the combat path. She got some good stuff. So I think I'm gonna just like dump the Blade of the Council into the recycling factory. Yeah, confusion on melee is not that great. Like, you could see she was like sort of doing it, but like the things she was hitting just weren't really. I guess, you know, it was slowing down some of the tanks to stop them from blowing us all up, but it just didn't really feel like it was doing that much. And yeah, so that's how you save the game. Time for another fun orc mission.
And grow our war host are of great importance to us. And this box indicates where we may find them.
We found the power stations, boss. Should give us the juice we need to finish her up. And why is you here telling me about it? I told you to find them and to guard them. Even if the humans don't come to take them back, someone else might come nick them. We're supposed to just sit on them power nodes and hope a scrap comes to us? Where's the fun in that? We only need them notes long enough to finish building Daisy. That is when the fun begins.
There are just some orcs that very much insist on giving extremely weird, affectionate names to their... like, we had Beauty in Dawn of War 3. We've got Daisy. Like, does that orc know what Daisy means? Or is this just gene-coded in him to want to just give an affectionate, like, pet name to, like... to a tank. Daisy is the worst boss fight in the game, by the way. I fucking hate fighting Daisy.
Oh, what have we here? Boss, looks like a fight came to us after all.
What? Well, keep them off the power nodes. Daisy ain't ready yet.
Orcs.
Did you say?
This shall be an ugly fight.
Oh, hold on a second. Let's do this right.
I am ready. To the sky! This is a hard.
Yeah, that's a lot more explosions. It didn't hit anything, but that's a lot more explosions.
Our foe precedes me in progress.
Oh, I actually remembered to keep him on that stance now. That's probably because he's got the staff attached now.
Their psycho grows in. I have depleted their number.
What do you require?
So yeah, we've got
The land shall I've gained their attention.
yeah, so the goal of this particular mission is to take and hold some power stations and siphon all the power off so that the orcs can't use it. So we've got like one there and one there. There's a weird boy to kill just over here, so we're gonna go swing around and do him first.
We have our prize. We shall destroy it.
As always, secondary missions are mandatory because we like loot. Loot is the best. We may not be playing as orcs, but we are orcs at heart.
Someone festering cold on the night.
I am under attack.
Their sights will settle. I am hemmed in by enemy fire. A foe precedes me.
I have unburdened us of their infantry. I take aim.
Orc eliminated.
Okay, I don't know why you decided to walk all the way down there, Ronan, but you do you, I guess. Yeah, see, why didn't you do that? Like, why? why?
We must trust this cover to hold.
Which way does that thing fire? Okay, it fires down the stairs, so we want to go around it.
What would you? I take aim.
Seriously, he's just like, he's walking up to do this. It's like, what are you doing? You're like,
I have unburdened.
you're
us
quite
of their
clearly
infantry.
shooting from back there. I don't know why you go walk up.
Line position.
Daisy being a yellow name makes it shooty. I don't know. Like, what is beauty then?
Primitives laugh as they attack me. I can barely move under the barrage.
More orc blood for the spiller.
It is no more. What do you require?
Oh, okay. Those guys got in and then got out again. It's kind of weird.
Still wearing.
Say what is needed. I am taking blood.
Triumph.
Don't quite understand what happened there, but I'll take it.
Still wearing.
What do orcs think of pink? Beauty. When I hear the name beauty, I think pink. What do orcs think pink is?
Or war as in orcs.
From what festering corner I know not.
These fight close.
Roots, get back!
We come with flames.
I am under assault.
The land shall scorch and burn.
Yes?
Their numbers will fail them nothing.
Fall on the weight of eons.
Let's put that because I know he's gonna hate it.
Triumph.
Now is the time. Moving. Still wearing.
Eliminated.
Alright.
I have my target.
The amateur psycho dares to assault me.
You shall not find me unprepared. I have my target.
This guy seems to be fairly immune to. Oh, I think we watched this last time this happened, so I'm just gonna like.
One less of the savages.
Wisdom is all.
Yeah, I think you always get a shield-based item from that weird boy. Because when I did this as the Imperium, we got
Moving.
What was it?
Still wearing.
I think I got the Rosarius. Yeah.
For war as in all things, I am ready.
They were burners. They were, well, I don't know, like I think so. I think they were burner boys. So melee troops equipped for like burning, I guess. I don't really understand it. I mean, it's not a bad tactic, but burners are more for clearing out buildings rather than clearing out while in buildings. So who knows?
I have marked it for destruction.
Brief lives snuffed.
Yeah, just not. I'm a little upset there. The
Moving. Still wearing.
you can see the rate of fire he's doing with the staff is a lot more, so that's nice. Yeah, the energy shield is an accessory. It's a force field accessory that will let me just like plonk down one, I think.
It seems I have given offense.
I love when Ronan says, "It seems I've given offense." Like, I love his general sarcasm when he's being fired at and he like walks. He's like, "I'm probably bringing the battle with me."
This is not safe. I shall.
Yeah, fucking Veldorad over here is now turning into like a knockdown machine gun, which is nice. That stuff is definitely where I want it.
Capture the target. Understood.
Oh boy. Well, there's a lot of enemies there. I think the correct response to it, there's a lot of enemies there, is to just leap at them.
Observe us if you wish.
Alright, let's follow everyone up again. Yo, like, she is the best. Like, there's no arguments allowed in that regard. She is quite literally the best. She's also in a lot of trouble right now, so I may just like hop her back over here.
Face to face.
She's still gonna go down before I can do that? Yeah, but that's okay. Let's give it a sec. Can I just heal her up with that? By any chance? Yeah, I can. Oh, I shoot him down there too. I should probably have like done this. Like, I don't know why I wasn't. It's like a way better idea than what I was doing.
I take aim. Triumph.
Another victory.
Definitely need to kill that guy.
Yes.
I
don't remember telling her to do that power, so I don't know if she just like did that because she was low on health or what exactly was going on there.
I cannot abide this.
Could use some Wraith Guard to blow them all up. Yeah, honestly, I should be building Wraith Guard anyway. There's like a thing down here I'll build there. I don't know why I wasn't building Wraith Guard. I think I just kind of forgot. There we go. So that's that problem solved.
I am hemmed in by enemy fire.
Now we need to go take care of this one.
Still wearing. To the sky.
Orc turret destroyed.
Was Alenway in other Dawn of War 2 games? No. Alenway, I think, is actually a name used by the Wood Elves in Warhammer Fantasy. Because if I'm recalling correctly, Corellian says Alenway a lot.
On the Rangers are
So, it might mean something in sort of like, you know, Warhammer's sort of everything means something similar sort of thing, I guess. I think I'll get a grav platform. Yeah, 2 grav platforms.
We are needed, and so return.
Good boys. Can you... Yeah. Oh no, you can't climb in. Okay, so all the attacks for this particular stage will be coming from this direction up here.
The departed walk among them anew.
So we'll stick the lads in place.
We are needed, and so return.
Wisdom is the winner. On my way there now.
I walk in the witch path, and it leads this way. Among us, we are yours. I have no eyes with which to see any benefit to it, but I move at your request.
That's a very strange statement. Alright, well, I guess I didn't have enough to build the thing, but that's okay because I can build, like, one of these as well.
The skipper shall belong to us.
Yeah, she just has Dawn of War 2's Farseer's model, basically.
Oi! Who do you think you is, stealing what we done rightfully stole? Boys, get in there and take that note back.
There's definitely a sentence. Stealing what we done rightfully stole. They'll be here in a sec. Probably. Maybe. Yeah, there it is. Hi, this is cheap.
I have unburdened us of their infantry.
Ah, there it is, the wonderful flying corpses of Dawn of War 2. Go, Space Orc, go! I always hear the DuckTales on the NES, like, space theme whenever I see, like, see that shit happening.
One of our generators is under attack.
Is it? If it's under attack, it's purely by accident.
us of their infantry.
This is not safe. I shall endure.
You guys might want to get back.
Yes.
Especially you, get back.
As soon as I exceed.
I have unburdened us of their infantry.
May this world last of these savage creatures perish for a reason.
See, this is some good 0 APM gameplay right here.
Their numbers availed them nothing.
We just gibbed him so badly. So when you worked at Relic, what was your job? I drew bones in orc guts.
Orcs.
I modeled bones. You're hired.
Do not fear to speak in triumph.
You boys ain't got that node back yet? Fine, clear off. We just used the juice from the others to finish up.
For war, as in all things.
All right then.
Ready for battle.
He didn't want that. He didn't want that anyway. So we'll go up here and we'll take this thing. There are like, you not only must we acquire all the pylons, we must also open that rust dam door. Oh, very rude. What if I did this, huh? How'd you feel about that? You guys gonna come out of there? Guess not. Well, if you won't come out, I'm going in. One of them stayed. Who's shooting you? Oh.
My soul stone beckons.
Structure is destroyed.
Vulnerability is enough. I take aim. I have unburdened us of their infantry.
I love Ronan.
Yes.
Now is the time.
You shall not find me. I have marked it for destruction.
Oh, okay. Apparently I still had him selected even though I thought I selected someone else. Whatever. You guys capture.
Seems inconsequential.
Get the money up. Dawn of War 2 is just...
I am ready.
In terms of the strength of the characters, I don't think any of the other Dawn of War games come close. Like, even the original Dawn of War 2 campaign, with like the Blood Ravens chatting away, was just so good. I'm gonna sneeze. One moment.
Still, this is a hostile area.
I have come under fire.
There we go. There's always some orcs that come and taking stuff back. See, like, Dawn of War 3 tries to do a lot of stuff that, like, they did in Dawn of War 2, like, have enemies coming out of, like, bolt holes, and, like, you take something, so then, like, a bunch of enemies automatically appear, and things like that, and it doesn't work. Like, it would have worked if it was, Dawn of War 2 mechanics, but because everybody's made of, like, paste, everyone's made of, like, cornflakes in Dawn of War 3, it's just, like, you don't get much out of it, except an enemy catches you in a really shitty position. And you don't get to use any of your abilities because everything sort of just explodes.
Orcs. Just
Now, I got an upgrade for the Wraith Guard last time. Yeah, I can actually equip a shuriken cannon to him. So I'm gonna do that. So I'll give him a shoulder-mounted shuriken cannon, which, like, with further upgrades would become a bright lance.
As planned.
It is but a step away.
I spy enemy activity.
You gonna appear? Yeah, see, now he has it.
Rays of death upon the enemy.
So yeah, while he stomps around killing stuff, he now has an infantry shredder as well. I'm gonna build another one of those. So I'll tell you to come over here. Yeah. And then let's get a graph platform team produced this time. Yeah, it's got Warcraft 3 vibes though. I think it's this game is honestly closer to like a MOBA than like Dawn of War 3 ever got. If they'd sort of tweaked up the mechanics here and abilities to make them a bit wilder, then it might have made more sense. I think. I mean, Last Stand is at its core like very MOBA-like. Let's like the fact that the Last Stand wasn't like even like something they had on their radar in Dawn of War 3 will forever like blow my mind. Yeah, and now we got a D cannon. We're going to be giving the enemy the D.
As in all things, I am on the move, ready for battle.
Thankfully, I think we've got something that will deal with just that. As you can see, the D cannon doesn't need to be anywhere near the fighting. It also doesn't even really need to like properly aim at anything. It's like you just sort of have to vaguely point it in the direction of what you want to destroy, and it'll get the job done. Kalith, you wanna go capture that? Anyone?
What do the spirit seers wish of us? The Craftworld calls us to surrender.
These guys like auto.
As we get in life.
I think I've got so many troops spawned I don't actually have like a hotkey for the D cannon.
Capture the target. Understood.
Nice. Alright, let's arrange the boys. We're gonna attack from a few different angles here.
Let us go. Now, I have no eyes with which to see any benefit to it. But
we shall find the appointed place.
That's a good spot for the D cannon, I think. Ideally speaking, I'd want like that to get blown up, but I don't think we can like we don't have a tank to walk through it. So
I am ready.
Run on, get
this is
over
no
there.
place for resting.
I walk in the witch path, and it leads to war. I am en route.
Hit there.
This without pause.
Yeah, there we go.
I agree. A fine position.
Hockey dokie.
It shall be ours.
Let's grab this power node and take care of all of our life problems.
Boss, they got another power node. Oh, well, that's just greedy, that is. Oh, I'm sending in the big Daka to take it back.
Hey, don't even pretend like the orcs aren't ridiculous. It's great.
They have drawn a battle line here.
I kinda have to do this one out loud. Solmata, telling cool guy's story about how one of his grandma died, and the state they were in legalized gay marriage, and so it was before his grandmother died, and their grandmother shouted at TV, "Don't they remember Sodom and Gomorrah?" And the girl said, "Grandma, were you there?" And so, like, I think to myself, there's not really that many Eldar that are alive from their Sodom and Gomorrah moment, when you think about it. They had a Sodom and Gomorrah moment. When the giant gaping hole tore in reality and ate most of their civilization, and the only people that lived were the ones who left and didn't look back.
One less of the savages. I have trampled them underfoot.
You want to back up a little there, big boy. You aren't as durable as you like to pretend you are. You just go over there. Don't worry about it. That's why we got the lady herself back there.
I sense the spark of Eldar life moving extinct.
What? We still ain't got the power node back? Boys, leg it back to Daisy, sharpish! Keep these thieving magpies off the last node!
How dare you call us blood ravens?
Do the spirit seers wish us? Let us go. Now, it is but a step away. Yes, we are yours.
The Dark Eldar live in Comora, which is basically just the webway sewed together into like really weird angles. I like the concept of Comora. I'm looking forward to when we get to Soulstorm, where we talk about the Dark Eldar in much more length, because they're God, they're weird. They're weird, and I like them. It's like before they got like sort of finalized. I never really thought the one thing we really needed was Hellraiser elves, but I didn't think we needed an Egyptian Terminator either, and like Warhammer 40,000 hit that pretty good, or like you know, the Tau. Yeah, Comora is just a bit like Gamora.
On the move, ready for battle.
I spy enemy activity.
Now we have to go for the power node, which is in a somewhat obvious location, I think. And oh, that's right, Knobs can have an ability where they don't die for a little bit, and everybody hates them.
I have unburdened us of their infantry.
That's what the D cannon's for. Look at it go! Oh my gosh. How are you doing, Alen, mate? You seem to get attacked way more than everybody else. You just have Ronan, like, hit the delete Hulk button.
Triumph!
Their tiny souls free. I have trampled them underfoot.
Yeah, tiny souls now free. I love just the dialogue in this game.
The point is ours. Shall I
Okay, so this is a gimmick boss fight. For anybody who doesn't remember it from the Let's Play. You haven't watched the Let's Play? You're under arrest.
To a better vantage.
But what you want to do is you want to have somebody who's relatively sturdy do most of the work in this fight, because
it shall be ours.
Kind of hoping I didn't fuck up. Not quite. Set.
Capture the top.
Ah, you want something stopped around here? You gotta stop it yourself. Time to meet Daisy.
The Battle Wagon. When Dawn of War came out, I don't think the Battle Wagon had a model, but when Dawn of War 2 came out, it sure did. So, what makes Daisy fight so obnoxious? Well, Daisy don't really have much interest in like taking damage. So Daisy has a gimmick, and that gimmick is roll over you in the death roller, and so you'll hear
Whoa! Crush him under the death roller.
A lot.
This is not safe. I shall endure.
Now.
Boss, the needle is pointing into red. That ain't good. Course it's good, you squealing runt. Red goes faster.
I feel like this is like Cool Guy's spirit walk.
I am on the move. This is a hostile area.
You okay, dude? Wah, crush him under the death roller? Hello?
Departing.
Wah. Hold on a second, I gotta.
Whoa!
Here we go.
Crush him under the death roller.
I am under attack.
Okay. Something went wrong there. Not good. Ronan, I'm gonna need your help here for a second, I think. Because, that was not supposed to happen. You reckon it's the D cannon that's, like, slowed it down? It's, like, stopping it from moving? I mean, that's free damage, so I'm not gonna say no to it.
Whoa! Crush him under the death roller!
Yeah, come on, death roll me. Death roll me like one of your, like, you know, crocodile prey. Come on. Give me the deathy. Give me big death.
I think we just hit something we wasn't supposed to hit.
I love this line.
That's crazy talk. There's nothing Daisy ain't supposed to hit.
It's crazy talk. You're under arrest for talking crazy. Just gonna kill these guys. Are you? Please ignore my people over there.
There may be fighting on.
Everyone run back. This is what I mean, like, this is kind of like a lot of waiting. I hate boss fights, but like the mechanic is you just gotta like wait for him to get into the position and not be like the worst.
Whoa! Crush him under the death roller!
So we keep it here. When this happens, he becomes weak enough that you can like finish him off with everything. Okay. Okay. Remember how I said this is the worst boss fight in the game? Do you remember that moment? You remember that moment? That little instructional message I said with words where I was like, yeah, this is probably the least enjoyable part of this because it's a lot of waiting around. It's a lot of hoping and praying. Okay, come on.
Crush him under the death roller.
Come on, big guy. Please, for the love of God, crush him under the death roller. You can do it. You got the power. I love you. Kill me. Okay, everybody get in. Huh? Give him the old spicy haywire grenade. See, after this, he'll now, like, there are no more barrels to explode, so you might as well send everybody in.
Whoa! Crush him under the death roller!
Yeah, the,
Yeah! Oh, my only regret is exploding! Yeah!
Like I said, he's very much the cool guy Orc. If Orc was a cool guy, that is him.
Triumph is ours.
That mission is an absolute fuck to play on higher difficulties. Oh dear. So grants the ability to confuse the enemy squad. That's kind of a good one. That's a nice one to have on like a caster, being able to just have them target a squad and have them kill other things. So yeah, we got the energy shield. So it's not like the Rosarius, which puts an energy bubble over your unit. This one just lets you put down one of those energy shields that Guardians can. And this is lovely. This one, regeneration and like health and energy regeneration, everyone around them. And it's like the Pathfinder Nareen was one of the few Eldar to have explored the Crone worlds near the Eye of Terror and returned alive. His stories told of once beauty verdant worlds which he saw reduced to flaming hellscapes, and the precious artifacts he liberated corroborated this tale. Yeah, the Crone worlds being the worlds of the Eldar in the Eye of Terror, which were wonderful paradise places, paradisial places, and yeah, like, go. Not much of them left there that isn't like horribly chaosed. So we're rapidly approaching the point where we're going to be seeing like upgrades too much more, I think. So let's get Ronan his new lance, his new long las, and keep on growing there. Give it an additional accessory. I'll just give him the energy shield, why not? Even though Valorant has none of those things. You, my friend, will be getting that. And Elenway will be getting confused, because she'll be getting stuck in close enough range where she'll be able to play with that. So she's got her damage buffed up now too. She's got a lot of abilities, but you know, she's got energy for days, so it's fine. Yep, increases energy. Well, that's cool. And I think that's it. I don't think there's anything... You can't, like... Unfortunately, you can't sell off the stuff that you get if you've pre-ordered, so... You can't just give yourself free experience points. They said they will sit in your inventory, taunting you even if you choose not to use them.
There are no signs of activity at the source whatsoever. Something is not right.
It is no doubt a trick. Perhaps a diversion, or perhaps an elaborate trap.
Most odd is not the possibility of a trick, but the quality. I would expect this of Eldar, perhaps, but certainly not of humans.
We must proceed with utmost caution, then. Warriors, we must be at our finest.
Yeah, things about to get fairly spicy. This is where the game sort of escalates. Yeah, Ellenway's just like, look, I ain't got any interest in having a conversation here. You guys are all very talkative. If you've all seen like the next like weird rabid rabbits thing from Ubisoft crossover with like Super Mario, there's a character in that very much has the same energy. The Rosaria rabbit is or Rosalina, whatever they call her. She's very much done with it and has just no interest in what's going on. So this map should seem pretty familiar to anybody who's played Dawn of War 2, or at least watched the Let's Play, because I'm pretty sure Cool Guy and I revisited this place at least 1,000 times. So how's my new internet holding up after X months? Well, I mean, I'm streaming. I never did that before. Hey, look at this. Isn't that nice? Wonder what's been going on here.
I see it. On my way.
You guys sit down. Yeah, so there has been an element missing from the game. Actually, there's actually been 2 elements missing from the game. We've been fighting a lot of chaos. We've been fighting some Rogue Imperial Guard. We fought Blood Ravens and we fought Orcs. But they're not the only factions in this game. We've been missing out on a little bit.
Eldar of Craftworld Eldar, what fortune! Hail, my kin!
Alaitoc Craftworld of Alaitoc. You are expected. Please, come with me. There is an urgent matter.
You intend to? What manner of treason is this?
False luck, a seer is with them.
Valderon?
Kyras, seek shelter!
Forgive me, Alaitoc. Warriors of Eldar, attack! Destroy them all! They must not disturb the ritual.
I have unburdened us of their infantry.
Well,
You have a command. Moving. Still wearing.
A foe precedes me into... The air here is thick with ritual. It clouds my powers of vision, but up close, his purpose was clear. They mean to slay us all.
Surely these Eldar are not our kin any longer, for they aid Kyras now. We must stop the Council and its ritual.
interesting. So, previously in Dawn of War 2, we were dealing with Ulthwé. Our cast of characters are from Alaitoc, and now Biel-Tan has entered the fray again.
Understood.
It's important to remember that after the events of Dawn of War 2 Retribution, Ronan gets waylaid and ends up in the custody of Biel-Tan.
On the move, ready for battle.
This sort of, it does sort of tie in a little bit.
Triumph!
Oh god.
Make it ours.
That poor motherfucker just evaporated. He said many words which I do not understand. I can only imagine this is what an Australian orgy looks like.
On the move, ready for battle.
No Australian orgy would start with, "Oh, my kin! Hail! Oh yes, let's have a meeting together." No, it would be like, "Hey dog, get a beer up, ya. Let's root."
The thousands of spirit stones buried here outweigh your life.
We too have come to preserve the Craftworld. Stand aside immediately or accept your demise. You must have been misled. Your prophecy must be some trick. You are pawns of the Blood Raven's chapter master, Kyras.
It matters not. Your forces are limited. So long as our webway gate stands, we will bring forth mighty Wraith Lords to aid us.
Fucking
A
Biel-Tan.
hollow-fielded webway gate nearby. They will undoubtedly call reinforcements. I suggest we disable it quickly.
Farsi and Marka is back at her Craftworld going, we shouldn't be doing this. Guys, we shouldn't be doing this. Guys, will someone please just like start listening to me again? Like, I'm so sorry everything kind of went a bit pear-shaped last time, but come on guys, please. All we're doing is killing each other. Sorry, Marka can't stop. Gotta kill everybody. Hey, stop that. Stop it.
Our foe precedes me into oblivion.
Yes?
Yeah, when she gets low down on health, I notice she just drops a time tunnel. It's kind of funny.
They seek your melee.
They have come for me.
Our Farsi is incapacitated.
She's always incapacitated. Don't worry about it. She starts the day incapacitated. It's just what she loves. She's probably been like taking about 1 million damage from that guy up there though. So let's just like remove him from the equation. Thank you.
Tell me quickly what you wish. They come with blades.
Betterment of the self is vital to victory. Captured.
Can you like get her up?
I'm under attack here.
Can I not click you? Oh no, I think I saw it for a second there. Come on.
Command.
Another victory.
Oh my god, they're gonna make me spend requisition to pick this sad sack up. Come on. Come on. I know you're around here somewhere. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Don't make me spend money on her. Okay, well we're gonna wait till it's the absolute minimum amount of money then.
For war as
I am ready.
I am ready.
Oh god, I'm gonna have to rotate
More
them out.
children
Yeah.
of Isha are near.
I've gained their attention.
Nope, I don't think it's gonna work. I think she's in an impossible to pick up situation.
It stands in Eldar hands. There may
Okay
be
then.
fighting en route.
That's just bloody rude, that is.
Wisdom.
They send greetings from afar.
Crossing the stones. Preparing weapons.
Yeah, so there's a thing just there that's gonna keep deploying full shit at us. Okay.
Your fellow seer is alive. I shall show you.
This is not safe.
Anyway, it's time for the usual.
The foe is unleashed upon me.
Stop being so
Enemy guardians test our strength.
Where'd you guys come from? Well, wherever you come from, please go. Alright, let's go over there and get that Wraith. That warp portal, that webway gate. I managed to, like, not call it the same thing. The correct thing. Anything.
Their sights are set on me. Enemy guardians test our
I
strength.
am under attack here. Now is the time.
Must hold the enemy back.
Yeah, there's Ronan, like, stunning things with his shots.
Fulfilled.
You start to get pretty... There it is. You literally find it just by, like, putting your hands out and playing Marco Polo and just, like, trying to, like, touch things. There we go.
Their fates.
I am under this falcon's weapons.
I've gained their attention.
Moving now.
I have my target.
We are under enemy fire.
I have unburdened us of their infantry.
Our foe precedes me into oblivion. Enemy guardians.
I have come under fire. I have unburdened us of their
Another victory. Step into the forge of fall.
This is a hostile area.
This day was inevitable.
I'm actually kind of loving just doing, like, the, you know, clicking on things as Ronan, killing things as Vildaran. Like, when you start getting your power sets up, the game really starts to get fun. And, like, the difficulty does raise up in the amount of damage that, like, you start taking, so you can't just attack them sort of thing. Well, you're certainly strong enough to get away with it for a while.
Success.
Falcon, leave! Don't come this way, Falcon Gravtech! No! You had so much to live for. Ah, dear.
Another victory.
That's a mistake you can't walk back, my friend.
For war as in all. On the move. Ready for battle.
It stands in Eldar hands.
Gotta collect that as well.
All too easy.
What the shit is that thing? Which thing? It's all elves and lightning bolts, then suddenly that spaceship appears. Oh dear. So how like knowledgeable are you on like Warhammer 40,000 out of curiosity? I know you're like you're very good at XCOM.
We shall destroy it.
I mean, you tell me you're very good at XCOM. I watched you play. So he's got zero knowledge of 40k. Okay. So to explain for you, Sol, I'm playing this campaign as the Eldar. The Eldar are indeed space elves. These ones are space elves who realize that their race's debauchery and unchecked self-indulgences were going to get them all killed, because this world is semi-attached to a space that is stirred up by emotions, psychic emotions feedback, and so when the god of oops, we keep having sex with things and putting holes in things to have sex with them, and also I ground up a baby to sniff it. When that god woke up and ate most of their souls, these Eldar were already bugging the fuck out. And so now they spend their days consulting marble sets to try and figure out how to not fuck up, and basically they will backstab anyone for about like 5 more minutes of not being fucking dead, and everyone is mad at them for it.
Wisdom is the wind. On the move, ready for battle.
That's illegal in like 30 of the 50 states. Yeah. There is a dark Eldar faction who like to I am good at XCOM, I'm also good at beer drinking. These skills just happen to be mutually exclusive. Oh look man, you don't have to explain it to me. I work for Advent now, rather than working for your XCOM, it's fine.
Ready for battle.
Yes, the Eldar here are the Eldar that like went, this is actually going to go really bad, we have to go now. And so they live fairly strict regimented lives on giant space arcs made out of psychic bone, known as Craftworlds. And because like the biggest problem for them is that when an Eldar dies, they're still very conscious. Their soul is very aware. So it's like, wow, boy, I wish I hadn't gotten my soul claimed by that god we birthed, because they really like torturing us for some reason.
On the move, ready for battle.
I guess because we kept doing it.
You shall the smallest vulnerability. Come under fire. Triumph.
God, I didn't even have to shoot that one.
Now is the
You guys shoot it.
Make it ours.
Yeah. Yeah, even like the evil Hellraiser elves that exist that still like to cut things open and like snort up babies and things like that, they still were like, they hit out in like a weird part of unspace, where like, although I think they mostly established that just so the authorities couldn't arrest them. Yeah, the Eldar, like the Dark Eldar are very good at like body horror clothing and weird shit like that. Man, should I even like bother building other units?
Triumph!
I have rendered you aid.
Fire prism is outfitted and ready.
Yeah, let's get one of those as well. They'll make their way over. The spawn point is Kayla.
We are assembled.
Yeah, there are some things. It's just kind of funny that like one of the major set pieces of the Warhammer 40,000 universe, this giant, great, gaping hole in reality that has like swallowed up entire systems and just like can pretty much be seen in the night sky from like very, very far away in a lot of places without like any form of telescope. It's just like, yeah, we did a fucky wucky. We did this. We had a little bit too much fun, a little bit too much weird fun, and yeah, you know, my bad. Sorry, guys.
All war as in all. On the move, ready for battle.
It's like there is no going back from your mistakes in life and in death.
Deploying shuriken cannon.
got shuriken cannons on the Wraith Lords. Let's go up here and beat up this. This is where the warp spider is, I think. Yeah, look, there he is. Hey, dude.
They have drawn a battle
Yeah, you better run.
Prepare for mass warp jump. I will move the council to safety.
Oh, okay. He's preparing for mass
Back
warp.
the tide, brothers. Do not let these invaders find the council again.
The council is relocated. I will update their whereabouts on our artifacts as soon as I pick up their scent.
You have to put out like a scent. That just makes it real weird right now. No, that's the fire prism. It's not a sex wagon. We don't do sex wagons in Craftworld Eldar. They closed the Craftworld sex wagon down. That's the death wagon. Yeah, if I've missed any loot, if I got other like that one, don't worry about it. It does get picked up at the end. Oh. Yeah, I guess.
I have my target. I have unburdened us of their infantry.
They're down there, are they? Well, this is gonna take a little while to get over to. I think it does respawn enemies all over the map too, which kind of makes this a little irritating. But you just gotta kill the. You just gotta kill all the. You just gotta kill the Exarch, and you can't teleport everyone away. Fate of Cronus. Oh boy. Yeah, actually, yeah. Now that I think about it. Let's get everyone in position before we go.
I see it. On my way.
Go to something like that. Who's over there? Who's hiding over there? Why are you hiding over there?
On the move. Ready for battle.
Let's get going. I will try to pull off a bamboozle. Like I said, I feel so sad for Marka. She's just like, why are you people so stupid? And Beeltan's like, I'm sorry, but we only listen to people with pointy swords around here. No people who can see the future and tell us we're doing a dummy aloud.
This is not safe. I shall endure.
I am ready. I take aim.
Where is he?
I have my target. An enemy detachment. I shall learn what I can.
Teleport that, you fucking idiot.
Blind, murderous fools.
The executioner of Beeltan. Oh, well, that was an appropriate weapon to pick up.
I have unburdened us of their infantry.
Unless I can pick him up now. Does feel like we might have done an accident here. Everything's getting a little bit out of control here.
We have prevailed.
Well, let's see what we got. The swift movement item. So I guess that's an item I'll use to make everyone go quicker. So we got the Blade of Cronus. This Witchblade was found during the Spirit Stone recovery undertaken on Cronus. Scarring along the blade is consistent with with that on weapons used in battles against Necrons. The Power Sword of Saim Han. They're another weird sort of craft world. They've got like clans and they're like riding around on jet bikes. Sheathed in a sparking power field, this sword can cut through any soldier's armor, effective versus infantry and heavier infantry. Execution of Beeltan, a deadly spear crackling with energy, makes many exarchs of the Howling Banshee aspect have carried this fearsome weapon. And the Shimmer Orb, Throws an orb that protects all units inside it from ranged damage. Units inside the orb are unable to fire their own ranged weapons for the duration of the effect. That's kinda dumb. But, you know, whatever. Unfortunately, this is where it turns out we did a mistake doing that. There was a mistake just made. Alright, so... I think we'll take the one that lets the Falcon Grav Tank have more health. Because them exploding always kind of like, it's interesting, like there's no dialogue at the end of this mission. This should be like the biggest hint, like things are about to just go a bit pear-shaped, I think. So, an upgrade to increase the rate of fire with ranged weaponry, not that important, but after that we'll get stun and things like that. So we'll go for the power sword. I guess we can get rid of that. That's some more updates. The Executioner, get rid of that. So some more level ups. Ronan can continue his little journey. Oh, now you can just use the Heart of Darkness to. I love that little just picture. It's a warlock with their heart exploding. I like to imagine he just eats like something that's like really just like overloaded with like carbs. It just fucking goes, oh, heartburn, oh, my energy. We'll give Elenway a new stick. I don't think the armor rating bonus is helping her out too much now, so we'll just give her a bit of extra health. Yeah, look, the orc. Everybody has a really good bunch of dialogue for like what comes next. So.
More Eldar blood spilled in the name of a prophecy. Will there be no end to this mockery?
You are no seer, but I am. Our visions are complex and branching, but this contradiction is utterly impossible.
We must proceed with utmost caution, then. Warriors, we must be at our finest. We will return for their soul stones once our task is completed.
Sorry, I love like how Ronan goes, this is bullshit! And Veldaron's like, you don't understand anything about this! This is bullshit! Okay, so Soul, like what we were saying before is that God they birthed feasts on their souls when they die, and their souls are fully aware of it the entire time, and feasting on it will take a very long time, possibly eternity. It's like the only, it was like the only outcome was actual hell. When they die. So they carry these little psychoactive stones on their person. So when they die, their souls are drawn into that. And then what they do is they take the stones and they put them into the Craftworld's Infinity Matrix, which is the essentially the highly psychic bones of the ship, where they can sort of live inside the Craftworld in an afterlife there. That lasts so long as the Craftworld did. So as you said, Infinity Matrix instead of up their butts. They wouldn't be able to fit the Spirit Stones up there. Their heads are already firmly affixed in there. There is no room for extras in there. It's I love this bit. This is just such a good bit. No, we're not at Ship's Haunted yet. This is
the obscuring effects from the ritual of our kin. It is slow to dissipate.
Oh yeah, Eldar ships are haunted, yes.
But I can.
That voice!
I am Azariah Kyras, Chief Librarian and Chapter Master of the Blood Ravens. I suspect you may have heard of me.
Show yourself, beast. It is only a matter of time before we find you. Our kin whom you deceived into aiding you, they are dead.
Oh, but it is you who have aided me. You have slain more of your feeble kind than you realize. You see, the ritual you interrupted was preventing me from guiding the Exterminatus fleet to this sector.
Guide the Exterminatus. It comes for you and your slaves. Yet you wish it to happen? Why?
A sacrifice. A sacrifice of a sector. Its planets. Its billions of skulls. To the chaos god of blood and war, Khorne. Take comfort, Ronan. The spirits of your buried Craftworld will be consumed by him, rather than Slaanesh.
My name? How did you know my name?
Oh, after my blood ravens conquered Cronus, I oversaw the interrogation and execution of Farseer Toldir. She must have mentioned you.
No, not like that! Not by you!
For what it is worth, I understood all too well her woe of brotherly abandonment. But you may rejoice. The Exterminatus fleet now looms over you, and your misery is about to end.
We have arrived, and it is now that we perform our charge. In fealty of the God Emperor, our undying Lord, and by the grace of the Golden Throne, I declare Exterminatus upon the Imperial world of Typhon Primaris. I hereby sign the death warrant of an entire world, and consign 1,000,000 souls to oblivion. May Imperial justice account in all balance. The Emperor protects.
Orbital bombardment underway!
It must be magnificent to see a planet writhe and scream, to feel it convulse beneath your own feet, witness it dying with living eyes. In time, perhaps I may share this gift with every last living soul in the galaxy. Until then.
I think my favorite part in all of this has been in the chat. Soul, his fresh experience with Warhammer 40,000 and being like, are they about to do what I think they're about to do? And everybody else just being like, yep. Yes. Exterminatus is something that is long often discussed in Warhammer 40,000. It's not something you see terribly often in any sort of game depiction. This is probably the most visceral rendition of an Exterminatus that we'll ever get to see. And it's a world fucking screaming as it dies, as it is bombed to death. It's not just like a single fancy beam that knocks everything over. It is just shot after shot after shot, pounding this world, and you're on a time limit, because this place is falling the fuck apart.
Target is marked. Still wary.
It seems I have given offense.
Still Harris says Exterminatus all the time. Oh yeah, I know. I'll say, yep, you can't go that way. I think I'll bring along some warp spies for this one.
I see it. On my way.
Like all the fucking Tyranids that are on the surface of the planet are freaking the fuck out. Everyone's just panicking. There's Khorne demons just being like, hell yeah, fucking spring break over here. And the warp spies are getting in everyone's way. Caleb. Keep moving.
On this day we will...
Yep, big motherfucking crater here. Yeah, like Exterminatus is not like uniformly one way. They do it in essentially with what resources they have on hand. There is a variation of the Exterminatus that I am quite fond of, where they launch down munitions that superheats the atmosphere and boils everything alive. There's also viral bombs that flesh-eating viruses that simply just chew every living organism in existence out. And then special teams go down to just make sure there's no signs of life that might have, you know, burrowed down into the ground deep enough that the virus couldn't reach them. I should probably pick up the pace a little. Eh, whatever. Throw it up. That's gonna fall down, isn't it? Yep, Rodon's still okay. It depends on the virus they're using. A flesh, like, you know, for Nurgle, a virus that efficiently kills everything is not a good virus. If it, like, basically just instantly kills somebody, it's not going to feed Nurgle. For Nurgle, it's all about cultivation and growth. The flesh-eating virus is just going to kill everything. But yeah, they don't use them on like Tyranid infestations or like demon worlds because, well, there are examples there are examples of certain like viruses actually being corrupted by chaos as well. So like, and it's not a good scene. It's a bad scene. Everybody hates that scene. Everyone's like, man, I hate that scene. Everyone's just working their hardest to get the fuck out of here. And every so often that just sweeps across and kills everyone. Let's just go over and grab this real quick. Well, there's a Carnifex. The Carnifex is fleeing. Excuse me, everybody. Oh god. Oh god. Rodon! 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 Get up, bro! Get up! We gotta go! My warp spiders died at some point. I think they exploded. We gotta get out of here.
What is this? You lowly vermin truly think to escape? Ungrateful scum, squandering Lord Kyras' gift of a glorious death. Pay your penance in blood. Blood for the blood god. Skulls for the skull throne.
And then there's this fucko having the absolute time of his life.
I see it on my way.
And yes, the way out is now blocked.
It shall be ours.
Alright. I wasn't building them, before.
Simply impossible.
Step towards victory. On all two Wisdom on the move.
Time is still going, by the way.
Trust this power to hold.
I have marked it for destruction.
The Tyranids are moving in.
I have depleted their number.
Tell me quickly what you have. Their numbers have failed them.
So now you gotta fill up your kill meter till the till the guy who's in charge of this fucking party comes back. Let's mire ourselves in the middle of this fuck show and get fucking. But seriously, this is such a great set piece. It's just, it is absolute chaos. And then, like, the game has just got its foot on your throat. And it's just like, hey, blood for the blood god, motherfucker.
Our rangers have met their end. One less of the savages.
Rodan was in a really bad spot. Oh, I used that too far away. I thought that was her. That's right. We'll get the uppies. Luckily for us, the Wraith Guard definitely get the job done. Still need a little bit more, come on. Sure is a lot of everything over there. Let's make less of everything.
None shall escape! None shall escape the sacrifice!
You are no match for Eldar might.
We need to kill this guy yesterday. Someone dropped a pointed stick, I like it. Got him! Alright, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Everybody, let's just go. Everybody just leave the building. You boys are getting left behind, so I don't think you can make it. Just go. Just go. Just fucking go, friends. Gotta get everyone over there. Yeah, it always drops it down. So yeah, the game just did the most Warhammer 40,000 thing it possibly could, and we escaped. Barely escaped. Ooh, that'll be nice. Born by a howling banshee exarch who bore the grace and ferocity of a lion and was vengefully dedicated protecting her kin from the marauding Dark Eldar, scores of witches were slain at her blade. Shuriken weapons fire a flesh-tearing hail of razor-sharp discs by means of a series of high-energy impulses. This creates a peristaltic shift from the front to the rear of the firing chamber, hurling the shuriken missiles forward at a tremendous velocity. A burst of several shuriken can be fired at a fraction of a second in this way. Okay, that's psychic power fact. Yeah. Yeah, the I let that one sit there that time just because it's so funny how that music feels so triumphant. Oh, there's more.
It is human nature to seek culpability in a time of tragedy. It is a sign of strength to cry out against fate, rather than to bow one's head and succumb. Inevitably, many shall fault the hands upon the sword which felled Typhon, the Ordo Malleus. But the Inquisition merely performs the duty of its office. To further fear them is redundant. To hate them heretical. Those more sensible will place responsibility with those who forced the hands of the Inquisition. With some fortune, they may foster this hatred into purpose, and further rule their own fate by coming to the Emperor's service. Yet ultimately, it was I who set these events into motion, with a single blow from my hammer, God Splitter.
Here we go. That was Gabriel Angelos. And he was talking obviously about the events of the first Dawn of War game when he shatters the Maledictum, which ended up being a horrible mistake. So what's that? Throw enemy infantry in a targeted direction. Okay, I probably won't use that much, but you know, whatever. And yes, we will definitely be switching to that polearm because knockback resistance, pretty good. Back to swinging this stick around, it's great. And Elenway can get levitation field, this is nice. This is like the levitation grenade. You end up with a lot of abilities by the end of a game of Retribution. Especially with the Eldar. The Eldar's like, how many shortcut keys you got, bro? Because I bet we can use every single one on your keyboard. It's one of my armors missing who stole from my wardrobe. Well, you know, like, I ain't gonna talk about that. No. I thought about it. I thought about putting anything else other than a sniper rifle on, on Ronan. I'm like, nah, I like it too much. Sorry. Alright. The Judgment of Carrion. So, we've visited pretty much everywhere in the system aside from 2 places. And we can't go back and do anything with with Typhon. It's gone! There's no way we're going back now. So let's go to the Judgment of Carrion, a Space Hulk that drifted into the sector along with the planet Aurelia during the events of Chaos Rising. And, ooh. Well, that'll be nice. Wait a minute, don't I have that? Hold on. Don't I have that? No? Okay. I was gonna say, wait a minute, is that a pre-order weapon?
How could this happen? There must have been some mistake. I must have made a mistake.
Traitorous savage. So you followed us through the webway. Step out of the shadows.
Give me a solitary reason why I should not slaughter you.
I heard Kyras' words on Typhon. You meant to save the spirit stones buried there. You may yet save at least one.
You seek to ransom a single Eldar soul after thousands have just perished.
I do not have it. Kyras does. I have seen it on his person. He kept it as a trophy from the Cronus campaign.
A spirit stone? From Cronus?
All but one were recovered, were they not?
Our time in your employ has ended. Leave now with your life and never let us see you again.
What? Caliph, we must... She is...
Run, scion of the Emperor!
You disappoint me. But so be it. Your race is damned in any case. I will find my own way off this space hulk. Die well, Eldar of Alaitoc.
Yes, truly are the Eldar damned. Taldir gave her life to battling the Necrontyr, and in thanks we now leave her soul to rot.
You know it is a risk we cannot take. Would you have yet more Eldar die for the sake of the dead?
The dead? The damned.
Enough, Warlock! Your prophecies have proven naught but folly!
On the contrary, they only now finally make sense. Taldir had been entrusted with the locations of Necron tomb worlds in proximity of Craftworld Uthway. The dead will bear death, the damned shall be damned, every soul of a Craftworld lost, slain without a word. The dead were not fallen Eldar. They are the Necrontyr. To bear death is to bring it, not to suffer it. The damned are the living Eldar of Uthway, slain not by wordless cannons, but the silent Necrons. Even as a spirit, Taldir's wisdom and power could save thousands of lives from the Necron threat.
The prophecy said that to prevent this doom, we must obey the scion of the Emperor. That has only brought us ruin.
Yet had we not done so, we would never have learned of your sister who can save us all.
Your reasoning is sound. Very well. I will lead us against Kyras' forces for the living of Craftworld Uthway.
And I will follow you. For Taldir.
Rhoda just like leans over and so just involved her and just goes, thanks for that. I'm sorry for being like a huge prick about it. He's like, no you're not. But it's fine. I'm not like and everyone's saying like, oh man, Caleb's getting so angry like that. Well, you've got to remember, Eldar experience emotions about 1,000 times harder than everybody else.
Trespassers.
Oh yeah, this is a thing too.
Invaders, hooligans and ne'er-do-wells.
Someone's been on the ship for a little too long.
Nobody just puts her thin air on this here Space Hulk without me say so. Now piss off, or I'm like to say so to something nasty.
More orc blood for the spilling.
So, yeah, like, Kayla was experiencing a degree of failure I don't think she'd ever experienced before, so I can kind of understand why she freaked out the way she did. And you've got to understand, the reason why they're so upset is because they came to prevent the Exterminatus from happening. Because the planet of Typhon, as was discovered by Uthway, it was discovered, I think, during Chaos Rising? They realized, oh fuck, there's a crashed Craftworld on this planet, because originally Uthway was like trying to lead basically the Tyranids to Typhon to ensure that it got it turned into a bit of a quagmire. The Tyranids would focus there and they wouldn't go after a Craftworld eventually. But then they were like, oh fuck, there are actually a lot of unsaved Eldar souls down here. Oh shit, oh crap. And so they're like, oh, what do we do? And like Alaitoc are like, well now we know it's down there, we're gonna do an operation to get the fucking thing back. And they failed.
The smallest vulnerability is an
you know, a shame, as they say.
I stand face to face with them.
But it is just like a really cool moment. You know, like the death of Typhon, which is a planet you spent a lot of time and had a lot of adventures and did a lot of things on. And then next thing you know, it's gone. It's just gone. There's no going back to it. Well, I mean, I think you go back to it, but it's like it's smoking hot remains later, like a side mission. Are you having fun? What are you doing with your life? Well, consider yourself flushed in turn. Tank.
It shall belong to us.
Yeah, there'll be more Eldar killing when we sort of like go back to the remains of Typhon. When I said we're not going back there, it's like, well, we're not going back there story based.
We shall destroy it.
Okay, Alemwe just there, just straight up, just like murdering the hell out of that orc. Good show, girl. Good show. She doesn't say much, but she certainly knows how to dissect. Certainly knows how to dissect an alien creature.
This place just got a lot weirder.
It's a weird boy. Eldar is not letting him up.
Do not know when you overstay your welcome.
Oh god, I love the Mad Vic.
Expecting company. These savages are drawing power from our webway port. If we wish to leave, we must destroy their contraption.
He's even like brings like Tyranids from elsewhere in the ship.
I've gained their attention.
I think generally speaking, the Blood Ravens will recruit from like any world where they see fit, but Aurelia, the subsector of Aurelia has been their major one, and unfortunately now they're down like Cyrene was one, and if you follow like the novels, it was Exterminatus because everyone had embraced democracy. I don't know. Like I think you have to accept like the CS go-to writing though to accept that. So I don't know. Yeah. Actually, you're right. So the going into the remains of the Craftworld quest might be optional for other factions, just not optional for us, I guess. This is actually the point where the Tyranids get their super heavy unit. The game just goes, yeah, have fun. I think like a guy narrates, it's like how fucky-wucky everything gets. And then the fun happens.
Now is the time.
So yeah, the Tyranids and the Orcs are fighting now, so that's good.
Ready for battle.
No, not Exterminatus via democracy, unless you mean like, just like getting yourself exterminated by embracing democracy. But Exterminatus because of democracy. The best the Imperium hates democracy story is this one Imperial world that was like, we're overthrowing the tyranny of the Empire, of like the Imperium, fuck the Emperor. And so the Imperium's like, well, okay, well, the world is a little too important to like, you know, just bomb to death and send an army for. We can probably just do away with like the political leadership and things like that. And so they sent like one of the assassin schools that deals with poisoning, because they were just gonna show that you can't get outside the reach of the Imperium. You know, they can get you anywhere, and it just so happens they can poison you. And then like the assassin agent that was gotten sent was basically a fire and forget thing. Like they were like, yeah, just send it off, let us know when it's done. Their ship got lost in the warp for a significant period of time, so that when they popped out, the planet had peacefully transitioned into a democracy. So the fucking poisoner just went okay and proceeded to poison every single member of the 100-seat Congress of the planet. It's in the Codex Assassins book. That's one of my favorite stories. There's because there's the four major schools of assassin that have like tabletop models and fight on the tabletop, but they also mentioned two others. One specializes in poisons, and the other specializes in hilarious accidents. So if in the event they need someone to just like their elevator to just drop away and like be done with the subversive element without making everybody realize that there was even an assassination happening, then yeah, they'll employ those guys. I'm pretty sure it was founded by Macaulay Culkin in Home Alone. So. Yeah, the Tyranid campaign is.
It seems I have given offense.
Rona, what are you doing back there anyway? Just kill him.
I have my target.
Kill him. Rona, stop falling over. Kill him.
I have my target. I have unburdened us of their infantry.
Yeah, there we go. You sausage.
I must blaze a trail.
No, the assassin one is the Calidus assassin, and they still specialize in like getting up. They basically to show you that like you turn against the Emperor. There's no you can't even like expect to trust people around you because they might have been loyal at some point, but they also might have been completely removed from play, and a shapeshifter is pretending to be them. Oh my god, they're bombing me. Right on the bomb.
I spy enemy activity.
So, Sol is now asking, who the fuck made this ship? Okay, so a Space Hulk is not generally just not one ship. It is a series of ships that have all smooshed together into a giant fucking floating junkyard derelict, and it's usually host to all manner of like different very effed up groups. It's not unheard of to have Tyranids infesting the ship, Orcs infesting a Space Hulk to use it to travel around. Because sometimes, you know, the ancient engines of part of it work really well.
These primitives laugh as they attack me. I am hemmed in by enemy fire.
Go stop dying.
This is not safe. I shall endure.
Say what is needed.
The orcs have found me.
Gun emplacement eliminated.
Still wearing.
Eat that
Blood for the spiller.
Yeah, so, I mean, Space Hulks are a fairly popular theming for video games. There have been quite a few games based on Space Hulks. Almost every single one of them has been called Space Hulk. Often Space Hulks are usually allowed to just sort of happen because they're just not worth the resources spent trying to cope with them. But oftentimes a Space Hulk will morph into a system, often just like so big that like planetary defense systems can't shoot them down, and they might be like on a crash course with the planet, which, as I said, like it could be full of Tyranids, it could be full of like Orcs, it could be full of like long forgotten mutants. It just, you know, you don't know what you're going to get, and you don't really want it to get close to anybody.
I have depleted their number.
One less of the savages.
The clash of blades is upon us. It shall belong to us.
I have marked it for destruction.
This place is now under our banner.
We did it!
I am on the move.
Wraith Lords? Wraith Lords. Yeah. Not everyone, Where's the gravity coming from? These things are so fucking big. No, like, ships are... Sometimes the ships just have their systems still... Like, the worst thing about the Space Hulk is often their systems are still functioning. Like, a lot of ancient... Like, you can say a lot of things about the Imperium, but the fact that nobody understands half the shit that, like, and how it functions in this goddamn universe, and it still runs, says a lot about how well made everything is. So unfortunately, it's, you know, it's probably just still running off its own power, very efficiently.
Their numbers availed them nothing. Triumph rendered you aid.
Moving. Still wearing.
Oh, that's right. Upgrade you guys so you're carrying shuriken cannons.
It seems I have given triumph.
It seems I have given triumph.
I stand face to face with them.
Where are you going? Sometimes they just get very fixated in attacking me in really funny places. Yeah, like if the average person can't figure out how to like make a computer work or a VCR work or like a DVD player work, like it's, you know, it's no shock that no one knows how to make an ancient battleship function.
They send greetings from the
So we're just gonna laser disco party our way through this shithole.
Another victory. Walker is upon me.
Almost got it. Oh, let's burn those guys out with the flame of psychic energy. Looks good.
Fire upon me.
I think those two Wraith Lords were in sync when they killed the hell out of that guy, so that's good. Yeah, like the Imperium has a few problems, like with like information dissemination. You know, they've had a few sort of horrible events that have, like, you know, killed a lot of the people that understand how things work. Technology is treated with a fairly pseudo-religious, bent, although that is also why, like, people still know how to make things function because it's been ritualized. But at the same time, the church quotation mark that runs that, the Mechanicus, they like to sort of, they like the power of knowing how it works and don't like to share it. Also, sharing it can be incredibly dangerous because, as we said, machines can also be possessed by demons.
I get it. You've come to steal me teleporter.
Yes.
Well, nothing doing. It took me better than a decade to squeeze the juice out of that thing back there.
I love it. He's like, I've just finished building my teleporter using that teleporter behind me that I don't know is a teleporter.
Bug infested alone.
The Mad Mech is a wonderful follow-up. He's a wonderful follow-up to, like, this moment where, like, everything's gone wrong, you've lost, you fucked up. All this shit has just gone so very, very wrong, and then you're just on a ship with this abso-fucking-lutely bonkers mad fucking guy who's been on there for far too long and wants you to leave, and you look over and he's like, I've just finally managed to figure out how to get all the power from this thing to power my teleporter, and you're like, oh, the teleporter?
They have drawn a battle triumph.
It's like there are it's just wonderful. It gets you back in the mood for the killing again. Sync kill. Yeah. Good Wraith Lord.
I am under assault.
That target is no more.
I'm just wandering around looking for secret prizes. Yeah, the Mechanicus does have a lot of people who know how to make stuff, but you have to be so careful in the Warhammer 40,000 universe because there are so many things that can go wrong with the process, thanks to that whole, you know, Immaterium thing, the warp, the demons and everything. Because they're so real and so dangerous, it's very easy for them to just, like, you know, manifest thanks to the arrangement of circuitry you used. Let's
let the power of the Eldar wipe our arms away.
I have unburdened us of their infantry.
That just looked good. Is that the Mad Mech? Yeah, that's the Mad Mech. Get him, Caleb. Destroy that. He's gonna eventually start teleporting around and fucking with this, I think. God, he's so angry. I can just sort of hear the gentle ambience going as, like, the fighting continues.
I have come under fire.
Uh-oh. Now he's gonna get mad. He's gonna stun everybody by vibrating everything. I think one of my Wraith Lords is gonna die. Oh no, whatever will I do? Immediately builds two. Sets waypoint to the mech. Apparently. Oh, there went another one. Alright. Why aren't we attacking him? Come on. Where did Caleb go? How did you get out there? What the fuck? Oh my god. Oh, what you guys were doing out there, but whatever. Get back in there and keep fighting, you absolute melons.
I feel a storm of attack.
Alright, we're back. Oof. That was a little too many rockets. Don't do that again. Bonk. Where'd all the AI go? Okay, so here's the thing about the AI. It got so advanced it rose up against mankind, so they decided not to do that anymore. They use only the most rudimentary of AIs and tend to prefer actual organic elements with like machines wired into them, because at the very least they can like lobotomize the extra like functions out of them. It's it is what it is. There we go.
The Craftworld shall rejoice in our victory.
And also AIs can be corrupted by chaos. There we go, we have finally unlocked the Eldritch Storm. Which is another like map ability. I'm pretty sure level 10 is the maximum level you can get with characters, so Kayla's just gonna be sitting there for a while now looking like she could level up and won't. So what's that? Panel's Chisel. Warlock Panel of Ulthway favored this sword as his weapon, which he used to carve runes at the site of many of his victories. Sorry, at the site of his many victories. The Imperium became all too familiar with the sight of their works laying low, bearing the mark of Panel. So basically, this guy was a Panel beater. Imagine that. It's like, yes, I'm so amazing. I'm going to use this amazing sword to just write my name and draw a penis. Right. So let's. Interesting enough, we already have that ability, so I'm just gonna pick the Banshee Exarch because I don't know if that would like work.
We are free to search the planets once more, but the Exterminatus is underway.
We must locate Kyras before it is complete, which at best gives us a scant few days. His mind is guarded, hidden from my sight, and once his sacrifice is complete, we will have no chance of rivaling his power.
And I cannot track him across an entire subsector in so little time.
Kyras is but a human. His strategy is predictable. He cannot leave the sector, so he hides. With the coming fire within this subsector, he would hide where Exterminatus passed long ago. The dead planet, Cyrene.
Which naturally has popped up. So that would be our next major mission. Yeah, the game keeps saying like oh no, actually no, yeah. So you were right. It was the Wraith Guard ability that looked like the Wraith Lord ability. Okay, well that's fine. It will probably give us it's gonna give us many more chances. So let's continue in the quarantine hold. But first let's so Kaelith is now at her damagingest. Ronan continues to grow. Yep, so his attacks will stun enemy troops now, which is good. Additional accessory for Veldarin. I'm not gonna give him the chisel. I prefer him being range damage boy much more, and giving energy to nearby allies is kind of nicer anyway. Oh dear, all nearby. Oh, but that is kind of good though. All nearby allies deal plus 17% melee damage, and when hit by a ranged weapon, 100% chance per hit to heal all nearby allies for 2 health. I am actually going to equip that on him because that is actually. I'll just have to change his stance to ranged whenever we start a mission. But that's too good a support ability, and I know Elenwe can wield it, but for some reason she can't. Hold on a second. What? Game? Game freaking out now. Hold on. He can no longer wield that now. What? 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 Okay. All right then. Never mind. I'll just give Elenwe some more experience. Yeah, look at that. She leveled up enough to level up twice to max, so she gets a second strike on all of her close combat strikes, which is really good, and Mind War, which is one of the signature abilities of the Farseers, which basically just mind crushes the enemy, which is all good. And if she kills anybody with it, her maximum energy is increased. So yeah, let's go. Let's save, and we're getting close to the end, to be honest, because I'm pretty sure it's like after that one, there's another like mission afterwards. I don't think there's like any other extra optional missions. So we'll do the Judgment of Carrion, and that might do it for
this
tonight.
transmission may yield valuable materials for the war host.
Containment Bay, Hexorus status notification. Initial quarantine designation, 3.5 centuries. Quarantine status completed. Cargo designation, security level Primaris. Value level Primaris. Power level Primaris. Document. Contents erased. Labor engine for cargo relocation operational. Advise. External containment bay breach. Xenos presence confirmed. Relocate cargo immediately.
Sounds good! Sounds like fun! Yes, space hulks are places where lots of really great things are.
Xenos contamination detected. Operations halted until hostiles cleansed.
So,
I agree. A fine position.
we gotta protect this thing.
On the move, ready for battle.
The scuffling horror is upon me.
And Valderin immediately runs into the bullshit.
I have unburdened us of their infantry.
I have slain the Tyranid, but more will surely
Now's the
follow.
time. We shall destroy it.
Hostile Xenos infiltration detected. Defenses compromised.
Yeah, whenever you hear him say that, that means something fun's about to happen.
Tyranid eliminated.
Alright, let's go back to the labor engine and see if we can't get this bugger running. Oh no, I can control it. Okay, that's good. I was like...
You have a command?
Kept thinking it was like when you actually have to sort of like just walk with.
On my way.
Yeah, like there is little hope in Warhammer 40,000 universe of things getting better, but at the same time, like little hope is better than like no hope. And even if everything is fucked, there are people who are willing to like help unfuck it.
Hostile Xenos infiltration detected. Defenses compromised.
Capture this thing.
There are more pressing matters.
Let's get some.
I have taken possession.
Yeah, the voice will continue to get freakier about things as time goes on in this.
And so return.
On my way there.
Though it does have a bolter on the front, this thing will not shoot.
I have unburdened us of their...
Hostiles purged. Operations recommencing.
It's fine, don't worry about it. Everything's fine, nothing has gone wrong.
We sense you. Such movement seems
You shall
inconsequential.
not find me unprepared. This is no place for resting.
It seems there is a need for me.
Well, I guess I just ran over all my cover. Fuck.
There may be fighting en route.
That's always a problem.
Hostile bioforms approaching. Prepare defenses and pray for deliverance.
Destroy it.
It's fine. What could possibly go wrong, right, guys? Alright. Let's quickly build some more backup here. And then everyone died. Yeah.
Inbound hostiles. Attack imminent. They are here.
Who programmed that? let me just program to be as ominous as possible on the fucking warning system. Death, doomsday, kill, murder has arrived. Scream in agony. But it's fine, don't worry about it.
The Emperor's is to fight hand to hand and sword to sword.
Our victory.
Okay, you need to remove these guys from the fucking gene pool right now.
I take aim.
More foes have come to the fight.
The craft, let us go. I have no eyes with which to see them.
Rippers!
Your request.
Oh, they're dead. Somewhat. Can't remember if anything comes from behind or not in this area. I think so, because that's there. I'm almost certain that's gonna like pop off and like something's gonna come dribbling out of it. Yeah. You keep trying to exist Tyranid, like hive life forms, and I'm gonna keep like Ronaning you. Oh, hello, Isha.
We shall serve.
Thanks for your sticks and stones.
I am ready.
Hostile Xenos infiltration detected. Defenses.
You can't have a Space Hulk without gene stealers, I mean, come on, guys.
The spring
Go away. It's like, okay, let's try that again. No.
I have unburdened us of their infantry.
That's gonna be a problem though. I'm hoping everyone kills that thing. Excellent. Ronan just doing work, I love it.
I have depleted their number.
Yep, I knew it. Well, the door opened. I think that's what that means.
I have unburdened us of their
I'm like, I know they're gonna attack from behind, and then like, Ronan just like removes it. Okay, Samhan really likes how we killed Tyranid, so they've given me a commendation for it. Alright, we've done alright.
The Tyranids home in upon me.
Thank God he shot stun, it just makes everything a little bit easier. Okay, knock that off. Seems like she just, using her abilities seems to like have a secondary effect of just some other abilities using, because whenever I heal her now, she levitates everybody. Are we right to leave now?
You have a command?
No? Oh no, it's loading right now. I should have been paying more attention.
Their sights are set on me.
Just never stops being funny. Of course, there is a tactical sense to this because Tyranid units perform worse when those particular larger life forms are destroyed. Labor engine is what billionaires call people like us. Yeah, I mean, you know. we are an Amazon-owned platform right now.
I have unburdened us of their infantry.
Yep, here they come again.
I make my strike.
When you kill or weaken these little guys, these big guys, weakens all the little Tyranid life forms around them. Not even just in lore, it's a mechanic. So it's always be killing big Tyranid. How we doing, Labor Engine? You doing okay? Yeah, you're doing okay. I like that I can just leave everybody else to do everything. I've got all these bars and all I'm just doing is occasionally just like Ronan's point and click adventure.
Tyranid eliminated.
I make my I was able to finish the abomination.
Another victory.
I have unburdened us of their
Hey now, these aren't Zerglings, these are Tyranids, the totally not alien of the setting. Oh, we did it. We successfully loaded the cargo.
Wisdom is the winner of wars.
Yeah.
On the move.
So we just earned ourselves a little more, but we don't. Oh, yeah, no, they're still coming. Labor Engine, please head to exit. Just like move in there for a bit.
I have unburdened us of their infantry.
Everybody else just get ready to leave. So I feel like we're going to be getting attacked here too, so we just want to like set ourselves up for that before we get too far ahead of ourselves. Yeah, the Zerg did come second, but I think there's been a bit of, oh, look at that. That's what I needed all along, just sitting there next to me. Yeah, the Zerg came second, but it's like they all came after Alien anyway, so it's like, was it better, right? It's like
An adjustment is required.
we know where the real origins lie. Where I mean, the Necrons draw pretty heavily on Terminator. The Tyranids are basically just like a lot of different monsters from a lot of different like movies and stuff like that. But Alien and Predator are probably the big ones.
On my way.
Like the Lictor is definitely like a Predator and like alike.
We sense you, Command. Let us go. Now.
And I probably should just have him like drive over all these boxes, but I think they'll all explode on their own anyway. Just wait for these guys to get here. Fuck. Okay. Actually, I don't need to do that. What am I doing? There's a very easy way to. Okay, bye. Oh yeah, Judge Dredd. There's definite like Necromunda is like where the Judge Dredd influences go. Like Warhammer 40k draws on is the nice way to say it. It draws on a lot of elements from a lot of other fiction. Oh boy! Oh yeah, here they come. Look at them scurrying along the rafters to give us trouble.
You shall not. I make my strike. I have unburdened us of their infantry.
Nice. I mean, there's like one of like the old Rogue Trader books has a character who is quite literally just like a whole lot of references all rolled into one. Like he's like, I can't even remember the name. Someone should look it up for it, but it's got like fucking Obi-Wan, Inspector Clouseau, a whole lot of other stuff all just sort of smooshed together. Like Sherlock Holmes in there as well. It was just like, it was almost like they were doing it deliberately to just sort of like make fun of the very idea of an Inquisitor. Obi-Wan Sherlock Clouseau, there he goes. And it was just like, it was just so stupid, but at the same time, like some people are like, "Oh man, they said like, look, this is proof of how like bad they are," and it's just like, I don't think that's it, guys. I think that was always intended as like a really bad joke. Oh, that's the card effects. I should probably do something about that, eh?
Yeah, I struck among our warriors.
We should go back and repair. I think we'll be okay. I really should have been paying attention to down there, shouldn't I? Eesh. This is where having given Ronan the ability to repair things probably would have been really good, but I did.
Forge ahead.
Okay. Definitely defend it until escape is possible. Shall we escape?
We are replenishing the squadron's numbers.
Oh, there we go. Guess that's it.
We have prevailed.
Bit of an anticlimax, but presumably we got something cool out of that. The final gift of the ancients. Okay, so this is going to be very important, I'm sure. And we also got a runestone of Isha and the commendation of Simhan, so that'll get us the fire prism upgrade. Yeah, spam more Wraith Guard. That's true. Alright, so we don't need energy field because we quite literally have an item that will do energy field. I think we're getting so close now. I'm actually down for getting the 3 moons, even though there's no wolf attached to it. Because I think it's a purple. It's a purple. I say we get a purple and we just put it on Olenway, and she'll just be like, "I'm purple." That's literally what she sounds like. You have to understand. And that is way better than what he's wearing. Oh, he looks a bit fancier now. Look, he inverts his helmet. That's how you know he's ready. So what do we got? Okay, so the final gift of the ancients. We've got Kaleth can get a power sword, Elenway can get a witchblade, Veldrin can get a witchblade, and Ronan can get a long rifle. It's actually wolf. Isn't it like a moon and 3 wolves is like the joke T-shirt, or is it 3 moons and a wolf? I can never remember which. But I'm going to because in the spirit of Dawn of War 2, the Let's Play that we did, I'm going to let everybody here decide who we're gonna do the final gift of the ancients for. I just want to see, do you guys want Kaleth? Do you want Ronan? Or do you want to make 2 really bad decisions? Well, I see 2 Ronans already. 3 Ronans. And 1 Kaleth. Yeah, okay, so Ronan is very quickly peeling ahead. This game does have a bit of a Cypher Supremacy shenanigans going for it, so we'll definitely take a look at this. So we've got the Breath of Vineyard. Fires in bursts of 3! Okay, yeah, I can see what someone said, 3 burst versus psychic energy. I suppose the psychic, well, I guess at this point, we've already got an ability now that stuns when we shoot. So this is actually really good for Ronan. So those who have witnessed this weapon's results reported hearing no more than the sound of a gentle sigh and a rustle of leaves before a comrade fell silent. Yeah, now my shots actually do stun. It doesn't matter that we don't need this weapon anymore. And although it is weaker, technically it fires in 3 bursts, so that 90 damage is actually 270 damage. Soul's like, what? Wait, what? It's a long rifle with a range of 56 meters. Where is the range there? Oh yeah, yeah, I mean... Is it made out of clay? It is made out of psychic bone, so yes, it is made out of clay. You're hitting the mark pretty well on that one. Okay. Well, We actually managing to end this episode on around the same time as we ended it last time, only this time without like the fear that I would have to replay the entire game again. so that's good. Yeah, just try not to think about it too much. That's a gameplay thing less than a Warhammer 40,000 thing. Like Warhammer 40,000 has one of my favorite. Like I talked about it before, but there's like in one of the other games, I can't remember what it is now, but there's a type of rocket you could get in like the Imperial Guard, and it just fires a single rocket on a random turn, and people make jokes about firing it at different Games Workshop stores because its range was effectively infinite. Like, it was specifically written as this thing's range is literally infinite. So you could shoot it at a tabletop on a completely different part of the world if you wanted to. It's the only only good thing about it, because otherwise it's complete ass and a terrible waste of your points. And I will try to be there for to watch your stream tomorrow, Sol. Don't worry. The only problem is I do have work that day, and of course I will be back on Saturday, my Saturday, everybody else's Friday night, because I'm hoping to finish up the Evil Within. Maybe finish up the Evil Within. It's gonna depend on a lot of factors, such as the game just trolling me out for like another hour or two beyond how long I can stand to play it. And yeah, that'll be that. And then we'll next week, regardless of what happens this weekend, next week we will finish off Dawn of War 2 Retribution, and then I will have to think of what else to play until... Is that your Friday or Western Hemisphere Friday? Cool guy, I don't know how you fucked this up. I said my Saturday, everybody else's Friday. Okay? I said that first. I lead with my day and then clarify for everybody else's. Yeah, okay, missed that. Yeah, I thought, watch the VOD, okay? Watch the VOD. I've been putting my headphones on and off. Well, it's not my fault that your head's so bald, your headphones keep sliding off. I can't see how that's my responsibility. And yeah. If you wanna watch a good XCOM, watch a good XCOM. I said good quotation marks. If you want to watch someone who's really good at the game suffer through the worst luck possible for the run they're actually streaming, watch Soulmata, SOULMATA on Twitch. He'll be around playing as well. Definitely 100% worth it. You'll probably, if you're watching this on YouTube, I'll probably supply a link to it as well, just because I'm a very nice person. If I remember, this will probably come up in about 2 weeks, so his entire run might have already like collapsed by then. But I've been joining Advent the entire time. I'm cheering for Advent on that one. Just as I am cheering for the Eldar now. This is another one of these outros where I don't actually know how to end it. So once more from the top. Thank you everyone for joining me. There'll be a stream on the weekend, and there will be more Eldar killing one another on Typhon Primaris next time as well, as we go to the craft world to try and pull their avatar out of the debris and ride it around and hope it doesn't realize we're partially responsible for everything. So, salute! I'll see you all next time.